Welcome, everyone, to the Islanders Never Say Dies podcast live coverage of the New York Islanders against the Colorado Avalanche this Tuesday evening. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grump, our first time back in the saddle again, doing a little bit of a live game coverage.
It has been a while.
Yes, a well-needed break, I guess, but they've all been a lot of West Coast games. So apropos that we're going to be covering the Islanders against the Colorado Avalanche, we'll get to see our buddy, our friend, the fantastic Devon Toews, Grump.
Yeah, he's playing mighty well for Colorado. They had an interview with him today, and everything's all great. He loves Lou. Lou's great. No hard feelings.
I'm sure.
I mean, honestly, if you were him, how could anything turn out better than it already has?
Could have got paid more. That's about the only other additional item. But yes, tonight we'll be covering the Islanders against the Avalanche. Grump, you'll have to let me know because I still have on ESPN Plus's feed. I just have endless commercials. So you'll have to let me know when you're getting close to puck drop, and I'll let you know when we have puck drop. Different Mind says hello, Grump and TJ. It's been a while. Yes, it has. Different Minds. It's been a while. What a film saying, hi, guys. What's up? What a Bailey healthy scratch. Bailey, this is actually something interesting to talk about. Josh Bailey is playing the third line center role for the Islanders tonight. In a position he has not played in a while.
I honestly don't have a problem with that.
Neither do I. I don't either. I mean, you talk about the line of the players he's going to be with, right? You have a shoot-first mentality winger in Kiefer Bellows and another shoot-first mentality winger in Oliver Wahlstrom. So you've got a guy who's a playmaker by nature and who, you know, will pass the puck any chance he gets the opportunity to. And you have two guys on his line who have a shoot-first mentality. If you can sustain zone pressure with that line, I think you can be successful.
Yeah, I kind of like it, honestly. And as everyone who listens to this podcast on a regular basis knows, not the biggest Josh Bailey fan myself, but I kind of like that thought process. Let's give kudos to Barry for mixing it up like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, here's the thing, too. I think with Matt Barzal out, you kind of have to resort to anything that you can do, to be honest, grumpy old man.
True. And, right, who's the one guy we could not afford to get hurt? Matt Barzal, right? Hey, we won the first game without him. We'll be talking about that tomorrow on our regular Islanders Never Say Die podcast. Talk about some things that I found interesting recently. But yeah, I mean, just like I said, I'm excited for today. And TJ, what should people do if they want to?
I'll get it if you let me. Let me interrupt, Grumpy. If you're new to the show, welcome. Number one, to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. We invite you to stick around a while. We invite you, number one, to like on YouTube. To subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. This is a twice-a-week Islanders podcast that takes place every Wednesday, Grump, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also cover a few of the Islander games live like we're doing tonight. And to make sure you don't miss out on any of the action, you've got to subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. We do not post the live recordings of the game. We don't post those on the podcast format only. So that's only featured on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. The only reasons we do not go live and cover games on Thursdays and Sundays is because we have a second podcast called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. Now, that's just a general sports podcast where we talk everything sports and have a good time and we shoot the shit. You could find that, Grump, in the link in the description below, or you can find that as a featured channel on our YouTube page right here. You can find TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That's every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right. And, you know, my suggestion, if you get the Islander game on TV, it's always better to watch it on TV. Just turn the sound down. Just listen to us because we're way more entertaining than Brendan and Butch. That's for certain.
Well, that's for certain. You are, Grumpy Old Man. There's no disputing that.
That's true. That's true.
Well, yes, today, I'll tell you, today is,
We're playing the best team in
today's
the
the game.
NHL. We're playing the best team in the NHL.
Yes.
So, just go figure.
It's not. I don't think it's going to go that well for the Islanders. Again, they played well, right? They got steamrolled not too long ago, and they come out. What they got steam? I know they bounced back in a big way against the Vancouver Canucks, and they played really really solid hockey. Grump and the game before that, I think it was it it wasn't the Kraken. Who was it? All the games
Kings.
seem to run together.
We
The
got
Kings
pulverized by the Kings, and then had a really good bounce back game
against Vancouver. That I just said.
It was not Vancouver. It was not Vancouver.
Anaheim Ducks.
That's
we
right.
play
Anaheim.
Vancouver this Thursday. That's what I'm thinking. I'm getting all the days mixed.
Obviously. And it leads me to believe what's going on with the team. We'll talk about that more tomorrow, honestly. But it's just kind of weird. And I just got some thoughts running through my head. Still got to formulate them in a cohesive manner. That takes some time for me, TJ.
Oh, it does. I'm sure it does, Grump. Got a comment here as well saying, hopefully we hold Toews to under 3 points. I'm thinking that's probably going to happen.
Nice original Conan the Barbarian picture. I got to love it.
Yeah, and then we've got here George P says the Never Say Score podcast. Well, that could be the Islanders. That could be the Islanders right there in a nutshell.
Wow.
Over under 8 goals allowed tonight. Ooh, I probably take the under. I take the under. Sorokin's in net. He's been playing well, coming off a shutout. I'm not saying he's going to shut him out or anything like that, but
we're getting very close to puck drop, TJ. Just letting you know.
Thank you. I will let you know. I still see commercials on my side, but I will let you know when I get action, Grump, because you're always ahead of me. But I think that I think that we probably have the under on that. Let me try this, Grump, because I'm still getting just an endless stream sound. Let me try to reconnect because
the game's already started.
Okay, yes, the game has started. Right now, Grump, I'm at 19 minutes and 31 seconds.
Okay, I will try to catch up.
25, 24, 23, 22. As long as we're in the same neighborhood.
Okay. So where are you at now?
15, 14, 13.
All right. I'm a couple seconds ahead of you.
Why do you do that? No. Put yourself a couple seconds behind me, Grump.
Oh, I'm absolutely not going to be behind you because I hate when you say something happens because it's usually nonsensical.
I can withhold my comment for like 3 seconds as I wait for your screen to catch up. You don't do the same. So that's where we have an issue.
I like to come off as more intelligent, like I know what's going on before you.
Looky there. You just like having that little bit ahead. You like having those few extra seconds ahead of me. Tonight is going to be a tough game, though. No doubt about it. And Chris Smith says a tough one tonight for certain it is.
Eric Johnson is playing in his 1,000th NHL game tonight. I remember people considered him a bust.
He is.
You don't play 1,000 games. I guess it was he was picked first, but still,
he was picked as a guy. He was Grump. He was picked as a defenseman that was supposed to be the complete package, supposed to provide offense, supposed to be fantastic defensive defenseman too, and he just was not that. Yeah. He's not an ultimate bust, but he definitely did not turn out to be what they had expected.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Without a doubt, Colorado's defense engages in the offensive side of the play. No doubt about it.
Okay. Well, do you want to finish up what we were talking about with Eric Johnson or no?
Yeah, just 1,000 games. So I don't consider that a bust. You pay 1,000 games in the NHL, you're not a bust. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot of games.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is, Grump. I've got him. Okay. You said is it really 1,000 games?
Yeah. They just had a big ceremony for him. While you were doing who knows what. They had a nice ceremony for him. Brought the family out, all that stuff.
Brought the family out.
Darcy Kemper is in goal today for Colorado, and Ilya Sorokin is in net for the Islanders.
Yes, we covered it. I'll say, it's kind of been back and forth these first 3 minutes. What I expect to happen and probably will happen, Colorado's forecheck and the up-tempo style of hockey they play is just going to it's going to penetrate our defense, and it's just going to walk circles around some of the aged old vets that we've got on defense, Grump.
teams that are really good on the forecheck and have good team speed have been problematic for us for the last couple of years. And this game is going to be a real test.
Yeah, I mean they've had control for a good little
My
bit.
God, they're good.
On the ropes. Jesus
My God,
Christ.
they're good.
Yeah, I mean he didn't even see him. Here's again, right? Another goal that Sorokin gives up, but he screened. Our defense is not moving out the forward that's standing in front of the net, and you get a wide open lane for McKinnon just to take a wrist shot. And here's the thing: when you've got good players shooting the pucks and guys who can pick corners on the other team, they're gonna find the back of the net on that. Simple as that. Oh, Mayfield just doesn't win the battle down low.
Yeah, and then it's a turnover.
God Almighty!
Yeah, the whole thing is there's a turnover by average, couldn't corral the puck, and goes right to McKinnon. Like I said, it's like we're like bowling pins out there, and they just skated right around us. Like I said, they're a tough matchup for us, particularly that first line. Very, very difficult.
This team in general is going to just these are the teams that really have their pick of the litter against us, because they're going to have a lot of offensive chances. They're going to score a lot of goals. I mean, look at the chances, the prime opportunities to score they've had early, and it's in breaks and rushes like that. When you have somebody who can pick a spot and you have that quick movement, it's just tough for the goalie to be successful, and it's tough for our team to withstand that.
It's their team speed. In today's NHL, it's just imperative that your team has speed. It's just you're not allowed to clutch and grab and interfere like the olden days. You have to have team speed. Look at the transition from defense to offense that Colorado has. It's like they're 2 strides and they're in the zone, conducting real business, if you know what I mean. Not just playing around on the perimeter. They're going to score.
Meaningful movements and meaningful moves in the offensive zone, instead of, again, just kind of dilly-dallying with the puck. Rob G says, first-time viewer, big-time Islander fan. Glad to be here. Welcome, Rob. Welcome.
And what should he do, TJ?
I already
he
told
should stick around for a while.
Stick around for a while. Subscribe on YouTube. Like on Facebook. Follow on Twitter. Connor B says 6-0 Avs. Well,
I'm not going to say 6.
I was about to say, I'm not sure we're giving up 6 goals. I mean, I think we lose this one. Confident to say, I think I told Grump 4-1 Avalanche win tonight. I think we score 1 goal maybe. I think we're giving up at least 4. Robert K saying, will the Islanders make the playoffs? No, Robert. No. Absolutely not. Frank G saying hi. What's up, Frank? Nick D saying, TJ Grump, how you guys doing tonight? Doing well. How about you?
Yeah, Nick. Hope things are going well with you.
Absolutely. Warzone Warlord, which is Warzone Senior Citizen, says, you have to fire Lou for that Toews trade.
Well, if they didn't fire him 2 years ago, they're not getting rid of him now for that trade.
My God, yeah. Ugh. One of the worst trades. I'll tell you, it's going to be the worst trade under Lou's. I hope it's the worst trade under Lou's tenure with the Islanders.
I feel it will be.
I was about to say, it's atrocious. Every time you look at it, you just say, yikes. Tony Hopenny says, Biden ain't got shit on you boys. The State of the Union address doesn't have anything on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man's coverage of the Islanders.
I'm going to guarantee you that.
Mr. B said where Bailey should be on a third line. Absolutely. And
yeah.
Warzone Warlord says, where's Barzal? He's out, still hurt. He's still injured, unfortunately.
I don't know how long he's going to be out. I'm telling you, I want to say it's a knee injury. They're just saying lower body. But
it looks like a knee injury.
He got rolled up and he couldn't turn. I just hope it's not anything too serious.
Here's the thing. The season's over. Look at that. Little Kiefer Bellows throwing the body around out there. I like to see the energy.
Yeah, I just wonder, oh my gosh.
My God. In transition, they get set so quickly in transition that they have these one-time attempts and these premium opportunities to score where their guys are left unimpeded because our team just is so slow getting their structure about in transition.
And we just seem like we're just trying to desperately clear the zone. Right now, the defense pairing is Aho and Dobson, and that's probably not the best defensive defense pairing we have. I'm just going to say that.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, Dobson, he's young. He's still learning to, improve a little bit on the defensive side of the puck, and Aho is not necessarily still
a nice strip by Beauvillier, but then they just get the puck right back. They're just so much quicker than we are.
Look at the shots.
It's their first line again. It's like we have nothing that can combat that first line. Nothing.
Yes. It's good.
Uh,
What you're ahead of me.
I'm
What do you
watching
want off
Villiers.
for?
He had a chance for the puck and, just kind of misplays it. Thank goodness Sorokin's able to freeze it. But man, this is the problem we have. And this is a good team, right? And these are things, that's why I always say, well, what should we do with the team going forward? And, for me, it's like, is the team good enough to win a Stanley Cup? With a couple of tweaks, are we good enough to win the Stanley Cup? You look at a team like Colorado, the answer is no. I mean, that's why I think we're going to have to make some serious moves this offseason and hopefully lose up to
it. Grump, I don't know. I guess you're trying to put on a good a rosy view for people who are new to the show. This is not at all what you usually sound like, but that's fine.
Well, here's the thing, TJ. I like to do the game when we do the games. I like to talk about the game that's actually happening. I know that's not something you're even familiar with. You watch your game on a cell phone. I don't know how you can see anything. I need my big screen TV so I can see what's actually going on out there.
Grump, you've got to fix the way your mic is, the way it's laying. Every time you're moving, it just go. No. Readjust how you've got the mic clipped, please.
I like it.
Thank you.
That.
I do not. I don't like it. However, you've got it clipped. It's killing my ears. And then Frank also saying here, yeah, he hurt his ankle the other night there in Barzal's day-to-day. Speaking of Toews, it reminds me of when TJ thought that Kane for Lee was, oh, my God, here we go again. Grumpy propagating his fake news.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Absolutely. You say that, that Anders Lee was a better player for the Islanders than Patrick Kane. That's what you said.
A more valuable player that year for the
never. Yes. I said if you could make that trade, would you do it? Well, the Islanders would take that trade. Okay. Anders Lee better than Patrick Kane.
No, I didn't. Stop. Bullshit.
Absolutely.
Not the bullshit. My Mr. B saying the hardest working hockey podcasters. Prove me wrong. Thanks, Mr. B. We appreciate it. We do.
Kiefer Bellow still looks mighty young.
He is young. Was he 22, 23 years old? The kid's young.
He still looks like a baby out there.
Nick D says here, it's the wrong BBW line. Hopefully it will be Bellows, Barzal, and Wallstrom. One day soon.
True, that's what we'd love. But right now with Barzal out, like I said, I don't have a problem with Josh Bailey playing on the third line and centering those two youngsters because they're not afraid to shoot the puck. Okay. The problem that I've had with Barry Trotz recently is, yes, he's given Kiefer Bellows a chance to be in the lineup, but he's still playing a minimal minutes. Just like he and Wallstrom get the two least amount of minutes of the whole forward group. And they're the guys with the most upside. Yes, okay. They're not great defensively, but our other guys aren't great defensively either, and they're miserable offensively. That's the problem.
I mean, that's what happens when you play 10, 11, tops 12 minutes a night. That's what happens. It's tough. It's tough to showcase your offensive ability, Grump.
Very difficult.
Frank also saying, yeah, the Toews trade crushes me. I miss him so much. Yeah, it was Anaheim, says Chris Smith. Rob G says they need to prove themselves that they can beat teams like this. Well, the unfortunate item is that this year we have not, and we've struggled mightily against teams that are in a playoff position. We've struggled also even against teams that aren't in a playoff position if they have a heavy forecheck. That is our kryptonite because we're an old, slow team. It's tough for us to go and get back in defense, get back in transition on defense. I mean, just look at the opportunities they're having. It's like a freaking firing range when we're back in transition. It's like a firing range. Look at that opportunity, Grump, they just had.
And it's not just teams who are good on the forecheck. It's any team with a winning record seems to give us problems.
Did you not listen? I said teams with a winning record we struggled against.
No, you said teams playoff.
And then I said even if the team's not in a playoff team. Oh, well, hold on. Every team for the most part that does have a winning record is in a playoff spot, no?
Pretty much.
Okay. It's the same thing. Frank Hayes said the MLB just killed themselves in a big way today.
In the short term, yes. I hope they make some changes for pace of play in the game and other little tweaks. If they do, maybe it can be a good thing in the long run, but in the short run, it's a disaster for them.
We'll be talking about that on Thursday on TJ and Grumpy Man. Ooh, look at Pavilier stepping into a slap shot there. Probably the best opportunity the Islanders have had so far today comes on the power play. Islanders have 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining on the power play.
and Colorado committed one of those penalties. I hate the little touch foul on the wrist. I hate that penalty, regardless of who it's called on. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see how the Islanders power play looks. We have not been a great power play. Here's the thing, though. Colorado has not been a great penalty kill this year, though.
No.
Chris Messing, dropped on the TV.
I don't like where Nelson is in his power play along the sideboards. He's got to be a guy who's like in a
he does a lot better in the slot.
Yes.
He does not need to be on the side. I know he's got a good wrist shot. He does not excel when it comes to decision making. But he's playing the Matt Barzal role, and holy shit, he backhands a puck right to Colorado Avalanche, and they're able to dump the puck out of the zone, leaving about 45 seconds left on the power play.
For me, he and Pajot need to swap positions on the power play.
Well, the issue is that's the Matt Barzal role, and we are going to notice real quick that without Matt Barzal, what the hell do we roll out there for the power play? How do we make it effective?
Right, but for me, on that unit, I'd much rather have Nelson and Pajot swap roles on that. Put Nelson in the slot and play Pajot, who I feel is a better passer anyway.
Was Pajot even on that first power play unit, Grump?
Yes, he was. He was playing in the slot. Yes. And here's our buddy Josh Bailey, who hasn't scored in 13 years, somehow is still on the power play. Well, don't ask me how. Nobody goes near him. You ever notice on the power play?
Yeah, I do notice, Grump. Nobody does.
Oh, we get ourselves a goal. Ryan Pulock.
Wow, I tell you, that one's.
Look at Barry.
That one's I don't know, Grumpy. You are again about 5 to 10 seconds ahead of me.
No, it's not true.
Oh, you know where it is when they show Barry and you talk about Barry and I see him 5 to 10 seconds after. My God,
I don't think you know how to count.
That is a weak ass goal. I think it deflects. No, holy shit. We talk about weakies. My God, that's a weak goal. That's a weak goal to give up.
We'll take it.
Yeah, Islanders will not be shut out tonight. That's for certain. And then we've got here, Mr. B saying a lot of empty lower bowl seats there as well.
Well, that should make the Islanders feel like they're playing a home game.
Yeah, that's it. And then Frank G saying here, amen. Yes, amen. Aho looked good the other night. And Bellows, baby. Oh, what a big time move and goal on the breakaway.
That's a goal scorer's goal that he scored the other night. That's what it was.
You figure, right? The guy has the unbelievable knack to shoot the puck and put it in the net. And it's unfortunate that we don't go ahead and utilize him when we need him. Anthony R says, how about Johnston last night? He plays a full 82 games next year on the fourth line. He'll put up 20 to 25 points. The guy, again, he has a little bit of offensive touch to his game. And the fact that we've never used him, even though he has more get up, I'd say, to his game and more aggression to his game than Matt Martin does at this stage. And we don't use him. It's mind boggling.
He's better than Matt Martin right now, period. Way better. I've always liked Ross Johnston in the lineup. He's going to give you 110% every single night. Yes, he just skates up and down the wing. He's that physical presence. He's not afraid to go in front of the net. Is he the most skilled player and the most talented player? No, he's not. But you know what? For a fourth line guy, he's exactly what we need on a regular basis, period.
Ross Johnston's 100th game tonight as well. And
he was great the other night. He was outstanding the other night.
Robert K says the Avalanche are good. Good luck, Islanders. Yeah, not great. And Chris Smith saying, yeah, Mayfield's got to clean the guy out down in front of the net. Absolutely. Owen J saying the Islanders suck. That's what I'm going to try to catch up all the comments. Frank G says here, I like Colorado. A group of my best friends moved out there and crashed there for the Stanley Cup win. One of my best friends is a cop out there, and he's a Joe Sakic clone. He was saying with him, oh, I tell you, I mean, Joe Sakic's fantastic. And you talk about a legend around there. Mayfield screened Sorokin for certain he did. And Ariel C says, the Islanders Lee's defense. Loves Lee's defense. Yeah, he gets credit for being a two-way guy, but I mean his defense is hideous. Oh, we take a penalty. My God.
Well,
we're interfering with them. and Pulock takes a penalty. I mean, just walking right down Main Street on us.
Well, that's what speed kills, right?
Mm-hmm. Tony Hopenny says, well, Rob G, welcome, my man. No hair jokes. That shit's low hanging fruit. You got to be smarter than that on this podcast. Sal P saying, what's up, fellas? What's up, Sal P? Look at that fantastic shirt over there. You can get at the Islanders Never Say Die merchandise store. Look at that. A Matty and the Jags shirt. Our boys are off to a great start yet again. Well, here's the thing. They're on a power play. What do you put the over under they score on this power play?
I say I think they'll score on this. I just feel that they're really good. I know they're only 10th in power play percentage this year, but I mean, my gosh.
Look at how crisp. I mean, like they turned the puck
again,
over.
I'm going to say it again.
I assume are going to be crisp and they're going to be fast.
I'm going to say it again. The penalty that Pulock took is one of those penalties I hate. I mean,
it was Cizikas who went to the box.
Okay, it was on McKinnon, but it was so to me it's just ticky tack. I'm sorry.
It's how the league's called, man. You know that.
Yeah, I know, it drives you crazy.
Okay, Christmas saying here. Yeah, they have to see what they can do with these picks. Ratu could be good, but I don't know if he wanted to trade him. I thought he was cap Q. I'm not sure what that means, Chris. Joe F saying here, the best thing I've seen this year at UBS Arena was Tool last Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
And then we got here Mr. B saying here, better off laying low until next season. No sense getting hurt now, talking about Matt Barzal.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We don't know the extent of the injury, honestly. Interesting that McKinnon plays at the point with McCarr. Very interesting. They got some real talent on the power play, though, without a doubt.
Oh my God, wow. That goes right across the goal mouth, right across the crease, and the Islanders get lucky that they're unable to connect because that could have been definitely a prime opportunity to score.
Yeah, McKinnon just missed that shot.
TJ Hopenny saying, also my real name isn't Hopenny, it's Hope NY. Oh yeah. Chris Smith saying here, yeah, Grumpy Old Man, they're missing Matt Barzal. In my opinion, they need a legitimate first line. Lou handed out bad contracts.
100% true. 100% true. Oh my God, again. I mean, just look at the pressure they're putting on. Oh, they're good. I don't know if they're good enough to win a Stanley Cup, as I still think they need to add some grit, honestly.
You can do that at the trade deadline, though.
That's the easiest thing to pick up. The talent is something you can't teach, and they have loads of that.
Well, hopefully, Cal Clutterbuck has a fantastic evening tonight because they're rumored that the Colorado Avalanche are interested and they were looking at Cal Clutterbuck as an option. Look at this. Nice turnover there. Nice take.
Bailey.
You
see what I mean? He didn't even play him for the shot. The guy just laid out. You won't be able to make that pass. And that's the problem with Josh Bailey, where that guy lays out like that. You just have to skate in and shoot the puck. Don't try to force a pass when a guy's laying down in front of you. Crazy.
My goodness gracious. Yeah. Don't love to see that.
Again, Aho out with Dobson. Okay, no, he's changing up right now. I'm like, okay, I don't like the defense pairing, but it was just
okay, we got it, Grumpy. Tony also saying here, I don't know, that hockey guy works really hard. The hockey guy, he's boring as hell though. Yeah, Grumpy brings the laughs there. My God, look. I'm just saying, look at these cross ice passes in our zone where it just seems like the puck is just gliding forever and just sliding forever. And I'm just waiting for a guy on Colorado to go ahead and intercept that pass and to put it in the back of the net. Oh, our defense looks porous right now. And here's the thing: Colorado, I'm sure, makes a lot of defenses look really porous because they're a really good and offensively talented team.
The official, the puck hit him in the skate and he kicked it over to Pulock. Well, I shouldn't have been there anyway. I'm going to give you a little assist.
Yeah, but going back to the comment, Grump, I mean, like, is it apt to say, is it our defense is just so porous today, or is it more Colorado's ability to skate and Colorado's offensive ability?
Colorado's fantastic offensively. I mean, they're the best team in the league for a reason. They've only lost 10 games all year long.
that pass by Landeskog did go right through the goal mat, right through the crease, and McKinnon whiffed on it. Holy crap! You don't see that all that often. Jesus, how the hell does he miss that? And that's one that is a goal. If he connects on that, and puts that shot on that, that is in the net. He had that net wide open. McKinnon just missed the opportunity.
I mean, they still look like they're playing on the power play, honestly.
It's gonna look like that for the majority of the game. They're a much more skilled team than us, and we're just gonna be pinned in our own zone. The only way we can hope to win is if we hit some sort of counterattack and some sort of lucky bounce. That's the only way.
What a save by Sorokin!
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about he had a sprawling save on the wraparound attempt.
Yes.
Great job.
And like I said, for everybody who says, "Oh, well, he anticipates too much," and blah blah blah. Oh my God, another fantastic save.
I tell you, he's got great movement skills, and he's just made 2 huge back-to-back saves for the Islanders that have kept this game tied at 1-1 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first period.
I mean, my God, 2 spectacular saves. Varlamov doesn't make either one of those saves.
Jesus. I wonder how many shots Sorokin's going to face today.
It depends on how many goals they're up going into the third. If it's close, it could be a whole lot. If they have a pretty big lead, it probably won't be as much. You got a 2-3 goal lead in the third period.
You're not going to be pressing as hard.
Yeah, take your foot off the pedal a little bit.
I mean, they have looked. Jesus, I honestly, besides the power play, have the Islanders had any sustained offensive zone pressure? I want to say no.
No.
That's the only time the Islanders have had any sort of sustained offensive pressure was on our power play.
Yeah, I don't know what shots on goal are right now, but I know it's a lot to a little. That much all I'm going to say.
We'll show it during halftime or during, oh my God, we'll show it at the end of the first intermission. But Owen J says a 6-2 games tonight, but he says now the Islanders going to win after that tying goal. Change baseball to basketball land, and I'd watch. Not sure what that is. Paulo C said, guys, what do you think our chances are of making the playoffs? Because Washington is struggling. We're 17. I just want to read that. We're 17 points back of them with 6 games in hand, with 6 home games coming up before we play Washington. Yeah, no chance.
Okay. Let's say we have the 6 games in hand, and let's say we play a little bit better than we have all year, which would mean we go 50-50 on those 6 games. Then we'd still only be 11 points back. It's not going to happen. Yes, Washington is struggling a little bit, and Boston was struggling, 2 weeks ago. Now all of a sudden they're on a 5-game winning streak. The only team that's not been able to have a consistent winning streak this year for the most part are the Islanders.
All the bad teams. I mean, they haven't had the Islanders just one of those bad teams that just
bad for a reason.
Won games in and out. Simple as that. Inconsistency. John A says, I don't understand why some fans give Lou a pass when it comes to the Toews trade, claiming that he was handed a cluster of a situation with the cap. I argue he contributed to it, knowing he had Ladd and Boychuk on the books and still signing Leo Komarov, re-signing Thomas Hickey, which had a cap hit of over $4 million, which would have been enough to retain Devon Toews' services.
Okay, here's the other thing, John. He chose to re-sign Lee, Eberle, and Nelson that same offseason. So those guys were all on the books too. And here's the thing. They could have moved Nick Leddy, who made more money than Devon Toews is even getting paid now. That could have alleviated your problem too. I always keep the younger player over the older guy. But Barry Trotz liked Nick Leddy, period. That's why they kept Leddy over Toews. I mean, just like I said, it was a bad trade. We were on the day it happened, and we were lambasting it from day one.
We said this was going to be one of the dumbest trades that we've ever made. I said, I wasn't opposed. If you trade him, I'm not opposed to it. I said, at the situation, I said, you got wildly underpaid. I said, we got bent over the barrel. And I said, this is going to be a trade where we will look back years from now and we say, we got way underpaid for a guy who's an immensely talented player. And sure enough, that's what it's been. And it will continue to be. It's only going to get worse. I mean, this guy, even though he's in the prime of his career, he's only played 4 full seasons in the NHL. This is his 4th full year in the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still improving. As sad as it sounds. What a film saying here, Bellows is a big guy. Hits well, puts up points, and kind of like average, but with talent. I say he's got a better shot than average.
Way better. And he makes a lot less money, too.
Absolutely. My God. Ooh, we're lucky that stick splintered away and broke because he was entering again the slot with an unimpeded chance, and he had a chance to like shield and protect the vision of the puck. I tell you, Colorado's had some real prime opportunities to score today.
Oh my God. Again.
They're walking through. I mean, they're gliding through our defense. No issues at all. Rantanen. My goodness. I mean, that first line is fantastic. Sorokin's going to have to be on his A game this evening.
That's what, when you said, how could the Islanders win? Sorokin's got to stand on his head today.
Not only does Sorokin have to stand on his head, we've got to get some unbelievable puck luck. I don't think him standing on his head alone is enough. Robert K. saying, greetings from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. You probably know who I'm rooting for. Well, welcome, Robert. Colorado's a hell of a team. Got something to be happy about for years to come. A well put together and built team too.
Yeah. Need a little bit more. I just think a little bit more sandpaper to their game. And I think I think they're the favorites to come out of the West. I thought that last year too. But they need a little bit more toughness, I think. And I feel they will pick that up at the trade deadline. They remind me a lot of Tampa Bay from a couple of years ago before Tampa Bay went out and got.
How is that not a penalty real quick?
We
talk about what interference is, and we talk about again. I'm not a guy who really complains and bitches and moans about calls, but everything is so ticky tack, and we've got a guy who what would be considered a slash, but instead slashes then lays on top of the guy's stick, and it's not called.
Bellows does a nice job intercepting the pass. He throws it to Bailey, who's standing right in front of the goalie. You know Bailey's looking to pass out from there, and he just loses the puck all alone in front of the goalie.
Ugh. Does that shock you? It's Josh Bailey. And again, like that's we've probably had 2 chances all period. The Pulock goal, I wouldn't even really call much of a chance. That was a weak attempt. The Bavillier shot on the power play was, I think, more deadly of a chance than that Pulock shot. And that chance right there where Bailey was unable to put the puck on net.
Well, it didn't even look like he's even trying to take a shot. That's the worst thing. He won't shoot the puck. That's my biggest problem with him. He won't shoot the puck.
And then Warzone saying here, Lou has to be watching Toews score against the Islanders and feel so stupid. Worst trade in Islander system. No, we've had a lot of bad ones under Milbury. This is up there, right? This is top 5 worst trades in Islander history. I guess we'll find out.
At his age, Lou probably forgot that he made that trade.
He's probably like, that damn bastard Garth Snow handcuffed me by trading away this very talented Devon Toews player. Yeah. And then Rob G says, a lot of time tonight. We're going to get this one. Oh, my God. Look at the freaking chance.
Oh, my gosh. Look at
my God, Rantanen just freaking, it's like a magician out there with the puck. Did you like how Mayfield pulled the old Johnny Boychuk slide out of the box?
Mm-hmm.
Just slide backwards and hope and pray to God that you take up enough space to hinder a legitimate chance for them to score.
And it's too bad because the Islanders had just had their best sustained zone time in the first period just before that.
We were
done. Like one pass, they're out of their zone into the opponent zone, Colorado.
Oh, Asbat looked like knee on knee. That's what he's looking for.
Borderline
he's looking
trip,
for a call.
No call.
Yeah, I'm about to say Mayfield looked like he stuck out his leg, and we got away with it.
Yeah.
We've been dominated this first period. There's no other way to put it. That's the nicest way to put it. Dominated.
Yeah.
Thoroughly outclassed. I don't know how else you would also describe it, Grump, but we looked the lesser of 2 teams.
We're lucky to come out of there with a tie.
Out of the first period. Yes. Just to add some context. Ariel C said, about time Pulock scored a goal.
Ooh, that's true.
He did look like he extended a little bit. I think that's, yep. He definitely got as wide as he possibly could, Scott Mayfield. And if he
Look,
accidentally happened to trip somebody in the process, that's the type of mentality he took.
what's the referee doing here?
I don't know.
Are they going to
Both
say
teams,
there's a penalty? I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know. That's
Crazy. We were lucky. I thought that was a trip on first glance. I have not seen a highlight. So
okay. I'm watching Colorado's feed, so yes,
Okay.
they were definitely opining for the trip. And he just looks like he widens his base, and he does nothing to avoid a player incoming. He tried to he tried to set himself a little pick if he could.
What they were trying to say was that they should have had another face off because it was like Barry. Barry's going, yeah, we should have a shot at a face off because there's 1.3 seconds left on the clock. And we've been so dynamic offensively that 1.3 seconds would give us the lead going into the first intermission.
Well, that chance right there, a 1.3 second opportunity, Grump, may give us a chance for a lucky goal and a lucky bounce. That's why Barry looks at it. He's like, this is the one chance we may have a scoring today, or the second chance we may have a scoring today. Kanye the Giant says, Patrick Kane is more valuable to any team at any time than average Anders when he's one of the best of all time.
That's right, TJ.
What a film said, that's why I bug you, TJ. Kane is incredible. Chris Smith saying, I'm not giving him a pass talking about Lou Lamoriello, but he couldn't re-sign him. I don't know how good of a job he's done handing out those contracts. I think he could have spent the money better for certain, Chris.
He was a restricted free agent. You could have easily offered him that $4.1 million a year that Colorado gave him for 4 years. Could have easily done that. Letty was making 5.5 per. Why not move Letty? Keep the younger player with the higher upside. That's what you do. Nick Letty was already on his descent, particularly defensively. I mean, and like I said, we ripped that trade as soon as it happened. I'm like, this is a terrible trade. Gave him away. 2 second-round picks. Wow. That's all you could get? For a guy, a young top 4 defenseman? He's top pairing guy for them. And his value to other teams is so much more because learning in the defensive style and system of Barry Trotz, it automatically makes him a very good defensive defenseman. Okay? Maybe he wasn't the best defensive defenseman on this team, but going to other teams where their style is more wide open, he's like, Chris Chelios or Nick Lidstrom back in the day. A rock back there.
God almighty. Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's not a mistake they put him with Makar.
Kanye the Giant says, have you guys seen much of Connor Bedard? I hope we tank for that guy next year. He's really good. He's playing for I think it's Regina, the Patriots. He's played really good. You see a lot of highlight goals out of him too.
I don't think we'll be that bad to pick him.
I don't either. We would have to get unbelievably lucky. We'd have to win the lottery. Grumpy, get a little protein shake in over there.
Yes, I am.
Got to go ahead and refuel yourself after a tough first period to watch where the Colorado Avalanche were taking it to the Islanders.
Yeah, I had a tough day today. I got my new cell phone contract and I got a zillion people on it. Took me like 3.5, 4 hours to get all that garbage. I hate it. It's like punishment getting that done. I hate it.
Jeremy Ford saying, good evening, fellas. Hope you have a great show. Thanks, Jeremy. We appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in as always. Want to show you a little bit, grumpy old man, about the first period, what the numbers look like. Colorado out shooting the Islanders 13-8. I'll be honest with you. We were dominated more than what the first period stats look like.
It felt like more than that, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Just a consistent onslaught of opportunities that Colorado had, prime opportunities. I mean, you talk about it, McKinnon missing a wide open redirection in front of the net, and you're just like unimpeded. You're just like, wow, Islanders are getting, you talk about puck luck, Islanders are getting some lucky bounces today already. But that's what they need in order to beat a team as talented as Colorado, if that is something that, would happen. Want You to Sigh says, look like they're going to call all of the penalties tonight.
Well, you know what? As long as you call it that way throughout the whole game, I have no problem with it because then the players know what to expect. It's when you say, okay, we're not going to call penalties all game, and then we're going to call some little ticky-tack foul in the last 2 minutes. Those things drive me crazy. Or if you're calling everything all game and then you start letting stuff go at the end. As long as you're consistent, I feel the players can make an adjustment to that. That's how they base how they play, is how the officials are calling the game.
Yeah, a ticky-tack penalty, Grump. And then Jeremy Ford saying here, why is Aho not given any power play time?
Because that's what his skill set is. That's what his skill set is. The guy who can create on the offensive zone.
They want Ryan Pulock back out there on the power play. Not sure why Aho's not getting any time. Aho is a guy who can distribute the puck, at a proficient level, and he's a guy who throws the puck on net. I know that Aho, right? He'll throw the puck on net, and Pulock just had recently scored. But man, I tell you, it wasn't a great shot, and we're lucky it went in. I mean, that was a real weakie by Kemper.
Without a doubt. And people know I've been gung-ho on Aho. I thought he was poor defensively in the first period, though.
I think a lot of our players have been poor defensively.
Yeah, but he in particular got exposed defensively, I felt. But I like him. I think he could easily play as a bottom pairing guy or seventh defenseman, no problem. It drives me crazy when some of the Islander fans say, well, he sucks, get rid of him. He has a skill set that we don't have much of on this team, a guy who can skate the puck out of the zone and create some offense from the back end. We don't
need to be able to score, Grump. We can win every game. 1-0 shootout.
Just break out, just break out. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to score, but a guy who's able to make that first pass and clear it out of the zone. He's very good at that. He and Dobson are the two best on the team doing that.
Here's the thing. If we had faster players as well, it would feed into it and be a lot easier. But again, we're just slow out there on the ice. Frank G saying, get Toews back. Trade him Cal Clutterbuck, Josh Bailey, Varlamov, and a pick. That wouldn't work. I mean, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd ever want to give up Devon Toews. And he's a guy, too, where he'll play the 2 years left on his contract, and he'll probably sign elsewhere because he's going to get himself a monster deal. And when I say monster, I mean monster deal. I'm just not sure they're going to have enough space in order to sign back Devon Toews 2 years from now. Maybe they will, but I would assume probably not.
2 years from now is a long time away.
And what do you think Devon Toews puts up points, a huge plus minus. You could say, hey, it's him. Oh, it's McCarr. They both benefit. I think it's probably they both benefit from each other. I'm just saying he's going to earn himself what? You think at least an $8.5 million a year contract?
I don't know if he'll double what he makes. I could see 6.5 or 7. I mean, he's not going to get paid what McCarr gets paid. He doesn't have that skill set.
McCarr gets paid $9 million a year.
Yeah. So
I mean, 2 years from now, when the cap expanding, you don't think Devon Toews is going to get paid good money, big money like that?
I didn't say that. I don't know, but I don't think he's going to make $8.5 million per. He might, but I mean, I would say 6.5, 7 to 7.5. Now, if he hits the open market, then all bets are off. But if he stays with Colorado,
I don't know. I don't know.
McCarr's better than he is.
Okay. McCarr is not a playoff style player. Simple as that. McCarr is 5'11". He's not built for playoff hockey. Devon Toews, 6'1", he could be more physical than Cale McCarr can. Right? In the end, it's all about winning the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's not his game.
Playoff hockey?
Physical. No, that's not Toews' game. Now he's not a physical guy down up front.
When the playoffs happen, everybody becomes more physical. Even Josh Bailey attempts to throw hit out there. And when you don't have the physical capacities and the physical stature in order to be physical, you're limited in that area. He's a great. Both players are very good defensemen. They're both guys you would say. Cale McCarr is a guy where you say, okay, this is a top 10 defenseman, because he provides so much offensive production in the NHL. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to get $8.5 million per. That's all.
2 years from now, I think so. We'll have the cap increasing them by a consistent basis. Chris S says Cal Clutterbuck would be a good fit in Colorado. For certain, he would. He adds some of the sandpaper they need. Sal P said, "Hey TJ, it's absolutely crazy that you watch Islanders hockey or any sport for that matter on a cell phone. Maybe we can get a collection going to get you a new big screen HD TV. The cell phone works fine. My eyes are good. I appreciate the sentiment though, Sal." What a film saying here. The Islanders are better on the penalty kill. At least they could dump the puck and get out of trouble.
Yeah. Just to go back to Sal's comment, Here's the thing, though.
I was hoping to speed right past it, so it
I know you were. I know you were. TJ said his eyes are good enough. Where no, they're not good enough. Because here's the thing: when you start questioning what I'm seeing, and you're wrong all the time, you think you would stop it after a while, but no, you just double down on your incompetence. It's very frustrating.
Kanye
Sal
the
knows
Giant
it.
says
Sal knows it too.
Bailey's so bad, he's not even an NHL starter at this point anymore.
Well, an NHL player, didn't even say starter, just NHL player. So he doesn't even think he's good enough to be a healthy scratch most nights. I think he is good enough to be a healthy scratch. I'll just say that.
Frank K says the Islanders aren't bending though, but it's a great save. They're just breaking, is what he's saying. Minnesota wants Bailey. I'm not sure, Frank. I saw that may not be a lot of validity behind that, but if Minnesota wants him, get rid of him. Goodbye.
You can have him.
He said, echo that great save. It was a great save, John A says as well. Sal P says, amazing show, right? I couldn't get to UBS during the week, but saw them in Vegas, Philly, and New Jersey this current tour.
He's talking about Tool.
I didn't know Tool was a band. Or is that an artist?
Ugh, okay. Here's the thing. How do I know that and you don't?
Well, I assume they're an old band, no?
No, they're not an old band.
I don't know what that is, Grump. I couldn't tell you. Tool.
Ugh.
Grumpy, they're not a young band by any stretch of the imagination. What are you talking about, Grump? Look at them today. This is an older band, Grump. This should be right up your alley.
No, they're not right up my alley. They came out when I got out of music. Music is a young man's game. Absolutely.
Okay, Grumpy. I'll pull up a picture of these people and tell me if you think that these are it's way before my time, Grump.
Everything's way before your time. Yesterday was way before your time.
That's not like okay. I mean, look at this, Grump. That's just not. Come on, Grump. That's not.
Maybe you should look up what their active years are.
Active years? I mean,
yes. How long they've been a band? When they started?
Okay, I'll try to pull that up.
My
you
God.
can buy me anytime. That'd be fantastic.
Okay,
1990, they came on the scene and started singing. I wasn't even born at that time. Not Grumpy. Not during my time period.
Okay, here's the thing. Everyone who listens, TJ doesn't know anything about music or movies or television or anything really. Nothing. And now he's passing it off like, oh, well, it's because of an amazing. No, it's because he doesn't know anything. That's been well established on this program.
I was about to say, you could pull up artists of today, and I still probably wouldn't know them. Christmas saying Sorokin anticipates because the defense is playing so poorly in front of him. Yep.
That's the way he plays. And it really helps against a team like Colorado.
Tony Hopenny said, I've been thinking long and hard about this. We need to lose for a better draft position, but also seem competent enough to entice free agents.
No free agents are coming here. None.
I was about to say, no, we need an offensive free agent. I don't think any free agents are very interested. And you talk about, hey, we need to tank. My God, I don't know how you sell us just tanking out the ass and say, oh, next year we're going to be back to normal.
We're not going to tank. We're not going to tank. It's not in our DNA. We're not going to tank.
Unfortunately not. And Lou Lamoriello doesn't want. He still says he believes in this core group of individuals. I'm just like, I don't know if that's just GM speak or if he actually, or if he just is lying through his teeth. Grump.
He's probably lying through his teeth.
Tony Hopenny says tonight is a must overtime loss. Anything other than an overtime loss is a loss. Can't win. This is a must lose. Season wasted. Yeah. Frank Hayes said if the Capitals start blowing it, it may in a big way, then I can see Peter Laviolette getting fired.
I don't know about that. I think they've been better with him as coach.
They weren't successful last year in the playoffs, and if they continue to slip and slide down the standings and they continue to sputter, he said he could see them maybe getting a different coach. I wouldn't be shocked. This is okay. Ovechkin doesn't have a lot of prime years left in his career. True. I mean, the guy's already past his prime, but he still performs at an unbelievable level. So, What a film saying, this is a fun game for a goalie. Lots of action. Sorokin might just keep us in it. He looks great. Hopefully TJ gets to this comment before I'm proven wrong. We got it. We got it. Frankel's saying, I can't lose on purpose, man. Got to battle every game. The hockey gods owe us after the Steven Spielberg year. Plus, the Capitals are sucking. You never know.
They've just lost a few games in a row. They're not going to lose, 15 games in a row. They're not the Islanders.
No, I was about to say we're not going to rattle off 15 games in a row on a winning streak.
No.
What a film saying, there's Isles go 3. She made it to Colorado. Yep, she was headed there to the Colorado. She's at the game, Grump. Frank Hall saying, plus today would be my mom's birthday. She passed away a year ago. Sorry to hear about that, Frank.
Very sorry.
And after Valentine's Day, she loved the Islanders. I've been asking her to help us win this game and turn this season around. LOL. Paulo C says here, guys, Boston is looking to trade Jake DeBrusk. He scored his first career hat trick last night in a 4-point game. I think he would be a good winger for us.
No freaking way.
Doesn't play any defense.
No way. No. You want nothing. You do not want Jake DeBrusk coming here.
I don't need another streaky winger.
He's playing on the first line right now, and he's had a couple of tap-in goals, nothing spectacular, right place, right time goals. How many of those guys do we how many of those? We have one guy on the team that makes a lot more money, does the same thing. I'm just saying.
He's played well as of recent, Jake DeBrusk, though. Yeah. You got to give him that.
Hey, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick. I'm not falling for that. Do you know what that's in reference to, TJ?
In the last 5 games, Grump, he's got 9 points. Why don't you tell me what the banana in the tailpipe? What is that from? I assume a movie. I've seen it in movies before.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
What is that?
Eddie Murphy. It was an Eddie Murphy movie. You have any idea now?
Oh, are you talking about? Is this Dr. Dolittle?
Really? Did you really say that?
I couldn't tell you any Eddie Murphy movies. Dr. Dolittle.
He played a cop.
Nutty Professor. I remember that one.
He played a cop.
Shanghai Noon? Oh no, that's Chris. No, that's Chris Rock. I think. I don't know.
Oh,
who is we played a cop. I couldn't tell you, Grump. Who is it?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah, Beverly Hills Ninja.
Axel Foley.
I thought it was Beverly Hills Ninja. There's a Beverly Hills Cops.
Beverly Hills Ninja was with
Chris Farley. Right? Okay.
And Beverly Hills Cop was with Eddie Murphy. That was like when he was like the biggest movie star for a couple of years.
You live and you learn. Jack Johnson. Grump, you said Eric Johnson earlier.
Whatever.
That's why when you said Eric Johnson, I'm like, yeah, the guy's been an ultimate bust. Okay, Jack Johnson hasn't been that great either. He's made a lot of stops on the way also.
I said, what's the difference?
One has played and that's why I was looking at the games played. I was like, it's only showing 843 career games for Eric Johnson. I'm like, he's playing his 1,000th game. I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Let's try to get to the rest of the comments here. You've already failed this week's movie quiz.
Oh, I'll fail that. I failed the day's movie quiz. Chris Smith said, Grumpy old man, what do you think about the Kings? How far do you think they will go in the playoffs? They looked good the other night.
Yeah, and then Boston beat them 7-0 last night.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're there yet, but they're certainly on the way back. Once again, 2.5 years starting a fresh rebuild, and look where they are. That's what you do when you go full-on rebuild. Get the right young players. You can turn your organization around 2 to 2.5 years.
Got to pick the right players, though. That's the thing.
Well,
see, yep. Oh, my goodness. Look at Kyle Palmieri almost having a little bit of a chance. A good little jump by Zach Parise. The Islanders almost catch the Colorado Avalanche sleeping in the first 20 seconds of the period. Yeah. Wouldn't that be an apropos Islander goal against a much more talented Colorado Avalanche team?
Yeah, Kemper was asleep.
Yes,
start the second
the defense was too.
Palmieri's got to do better there.
Yes,
Palmieri's got to do better there.
He's got to put the puck on net at least.
Yeah. I mean, that whole short side of the net was wide open. He winds up hitting the side. Oh, my goodness.
I tell you, what they do a great job of too, Colorado, as they're entering the zone, they're so quick. They use a lot of defensemen as screens, and they'll go ahead and cut more to the inside and rifle off a wicked wrister. And they're able to, if they're able to pick their spot, they put it in. It looks beautiful. It almost looks video game-esque. John A says, let's not forget about Mad Mike's trades. They were worse. Yes.
Luongo and Jokinen for Kabasha and Parrish. Oh. That's the worst trade in Islander history, honestly.
I mean, yeah, he's the first bout. Grump, can you please, because you see how that's doing it, and it's just rubbing up against all I hear is all the time.
La, 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 la.
Christ almighty. Kanye the Giant says, imagine if Matt Barzal was on Colorado, 100 points a season easy. I'd say 110, 120 easy. 110 points a season, easy, Grump. Would you not agree? They've got Cale Makar averaging over a point a game. You think if you put him on a line, with those superstars in Colorado.
He's going to be a second-line guy, first of all. So I think he'd have upwards of 90 points. He'd be the second-line center. Nathan McKinnon is first-line center.
Okay. He wouldn't be the main guy they target against, though. Here's the thing: they'd never be able to fit all those individuals with that type of cap hit. But still,
you just poo-pooed 90 points.
He would. I'm telling you, he would probably have 110 points a season. That's all I'm telling you, Grump. He'd play on the power play, and that guy would probably have about 45 power play points a season. Okay. Unbelievable. You tell me he wouldn't kill it in a team like that where you had some real snipers and guys who could skate. My God, unbelievable. Holy crap. Oh, Islanders, I tell you, it just moments they just completely
again.
Anders Lee again with the turnover.
Average and Nelson trying to leave the zone before the puck gets out. They turn it over.
Oh my goodness. Almost an attempt there. Almost a goal there by Anthony Beauvillier. Look at him skating in. We had a good opportunity in transition. Looks like the Islanders are playing they're a little bit more alive and well here in this second period. Only 2 minutes in, but they've had quite a few chances. It looks like Colorado is sleepwalking so far early in the second.
Good teams can do that.
Tony Hopenny says, why can't you watch the Islanders broadcast on ESPN Plus? I'm watching it right now. It was giving me issues earlier, so I'm watching the Colorado.
He's too lazy, Tony, to pick the right broadcast.
It gives me an option every time, so I could select.
And
but
he
this
picks
time
the wrong one. Oh, there's the first one. And he just hits the first button.
Which one's a team you root for? Hold on a sec. I'll pick the opposite. Drew L says, hi guys, I'm waiting for Colorado to turn up and destroy us. Oh.
I don't think they'll destroy us today. I mean, I think they'll win. They're better than we are. But we're hanging in so far. But this is a game. Once again, if if you're on the fence, well, gosh, should we just tweak it? Just do like a what's the term everybody uses to rebuild a team? That
retool, Grumpy.
Retool. Do you think a retool is going to be good enough?
Holy shit. Who is number 16 for Colorado? Did you just see him blast past a forward and a defenseman to go ahead and dump puck and win the puck that he just dumped down? My God, they look quick. It's like they're in fast forward and we're just like standing. It's like they're playing at 1.5 times speed and we're playing at 1.
That's Makar. That's Makar. He has that skill that not many defensemen have ever had in this league. That's why he gets paid the big bucks, and that's why he's worth more than Toews. He has that certain element to his game that just other players don't.
You said 16 is Makar? No. Grumpy. I said, who was 16? Nicholas Abe-Kubel. That was the guy who just skated around circles around our team.
Oh, my God.
My God, we're just freaking pinned in our own zone. Holy shit, we can't get out.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, and they score.
Of course.
Toews. Devon Toews.
It is, you talk about apropos. There it is, Devon Toews. Maybe he could do the eagle, like that one time he did that against Evgeny Kuznetsov, and it resulted in us getting our asses rolled.
You know what? He should have went by, hey, Barry. Woohoo. Hey, Barry. Woohoo. Give him the Barry. Here you go, Barry. Barry's a guy. You didn't want me, Barry. I like
Devon Toews. I like Nick Leddy more. Look at that. Oh, look at that shot. It's in a freaking
right down the
do we have any defenseman that could do that? I like Noah Dobson. He couldn't do that in his freaking dreams with a shot like that. That's a hell of a shot. He would have the best shot on this team, no doubt about it. Look at that wrister. Not afraid to jump up in the zone, and look how confident he is with the puck, the puck on a stick. Oh,
see, their system gives them the freedom to do stuff like that. That's not Barry's system. And here's the thing:
saying even if we put our defenseman in that system, nobody puts a shot on net like that right there. I mean, that was coming into the slot. He controls the puck and he puts that top shelf.
Noah Dobson could do that in a year or two.
Okay, I'm just saying right now he can't. Right?
Well, yeah, right now he's only 21.
I'm not okay. I'm not saying that Noah Dobson doesn't have the ability to be a fantastic defenseman. I'm just saying right now Devon Toews is unbelievable. We traded away 2 second-round picks. We've always talked about what a freaking joke that was. Oh.
Terrible.
Career high 10 goals for Devon Toews already this season.
No.
I'm telling you, he's on a career year this year.
Oh my God.
He's going to receive more Norris votes again. I'm way behind you, Grump. I'm at 15 minutes and 42 seconds.
Let me know when you get to 15:30, okay?
Okay, Grump, I'll let you know.
I don't care. You need to get on the right thing.
You're at 15:30.
I mean, I can't help that your thing is slack. I can't help that. That's why
I received. Oh, John Gabriel Pajot catches the Avalanche. Look at that. The Avalanche were sleeping right there. Just, you want to talk about hideous defensive zone awareness and hideous defensive responsibility. We were outnumbered, and Colorado just has a puck drifting right through the middle of their zone, and they don't go ahead and apprehend it. And just John Gabriel Pajot is able to pot it in.
They got sloppy.
Holy shit. Who was that? Who I think a Colorado Avalanche player touched the puck, assistant. Who the hell is that who just completely whiffed on that opportunity?
And I don't know who it was. Is that
Ryan Murray? Is that Ryan Murray, 28? Ryan Murray did that. Holy shit, that's bad. Oof. Ryan Murray. Yikes.
Would you rather had Ryan Murray or Zdeno Chara this year?
Ryan Murray.
There you go.
That's a no-brainer, right?
That was an option for us. We decided not to take it.
We should give up our entire draft class this year for Ryan Murray. Wouldn't that be a great job? Wouldn't that be a great idea, Grumpy?
Yeah, that's what Snow wanted to do many years ago.
It was a callback. Yes, he did. He wanted to trade the entire draft, which wound up being Griffin Reinhart, which turned into Matt Barzal. So when we traded him away, he wanted, oh my God. And here they are. They're like, it's like a shark. It's like a piranha almost. They smell blood in the water. As soon as you get a goal back, a lucky goal, they're just smelling it. All
right. Now the score is, oh my goodness. Can we?
Oh, Parise. Oh no, Bavillier. Jesus. Oh, offsides. No? Yeah, my God, offsides by a mile. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
That's Kadri who's a little shaken up. My goodness gracious. By the way, you'll be interested to hear. Kadri takes that down low, but Noah Dobson not clearing out. Our defensemen do not clear out forwards from Sorokin's face. We just don't do a good job of that. By the way,
I don't even know what you're looking at. So you can keep on talking about that. That's not the game that anyone else is watching. Just to let you know. No one. No one is watching the game you're watching. We're watching the Islander broadcast.
Okay.
You can say whatever you think is going on, but it's not for any of the fans of this podcast. Again.
Oh my God. Grumpy, are you upset, man?
The fact that you won't go on to the other one, that's why you're 800 hours behind.
That's why I'm behind, is because I'm watching a different feed.
You need to get better internet.
My goodness gracious. Let me put it to you like this, Grump. Zach Parise has 2 primary assists tonight.
Good. He's played well.
You just talk about the trade values more. What I'm talking about. All I hear is ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I just hear that trade value increasing. Maybe you could squeak out a first-round pick.
What are you waiting for? Move him now. He's never going to look as good as
he's continuing to play better. I mean, keep playing him a top 6 role. Keep on letting him score points, man. Let another team just. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Oh,
Pulock did all he could to hold off Toews on the backside there.
My God, Toews almost pots another one as he rushes up ice for a redirection goal. It's point blank. My goodness
gracious. Hattie today.
Oh, just don't even joke like that, Grump. Pays for a Hattie. He's already got a career high in goals this season with 10.
It was Ross Johnston. If they could just get him the puck, he was right out. Oh, he was right out in front of that. Nobody's going after Ross Johnston.
I was going to say they lay off a Ross. That's pretty obvious.
I might try to stick check the puck away from him, but I'm not going to hit you against the boards.
I'm not going to check you. That's for certain.
That's why he's so good to have out there.
For certain. A calming presence on the ice. My goodness gracious. Ross Johnston. John A.
Ross
says
the boss.
Ross the boss. John A. says, how much will Scott Mayfield command after next season? Is it prudent to spend $4 million on average a year on a third pairing defenseman? If not, why not trade him now or in the offseason? Why risk losing him? That's what I talked about.
You're going to get the most value for him right now.
This trade deadline. That is when you will get the most value. You've got a guy who's played well offensively this year, who's a defensive defenseman that plays well in the playoffs, and they have another year of cap guarantee at $1.45 million per. This is the value on that contract is unbelievable. I will say, John, he'll probably want 4.5, and on the open market, he could get $5 million. Scott Mayfield. And he's going to want to get paid. This is what people forget. Oh, won't Scott just take a hometown discount? The guy's never been paid before in his life. He's been living off of now he's going to be in his 30s. He's had the max he's been earning every year is $1.45 million a year. He's going to want to get paid.
And deservedly so.
Yes.
I mean, he deserves to get paid.
Yeah, he should. Absolutely. I don't disagree. Chris Smith saying here, I always love Mad Dog asking Milbury. Let's be honest, Mike. How are you still here? What a film saying.
I wish I could do a Mad Dog impersonation. So, Mike, let's be honest. How are you still there? I can't do it. He's got a very distinct voice. Let me just say that.
Oh my God! Oof! Oh my God! Look at the passing. It's honestly, it's beautiful to watch them play. Colorado is one of those teams you talk about. It accentuates the beauty of the sport. Like certain soccer teams do this, they accentuate the beauty of the sport. That's Colorado. Colorado accentuates the beauty of the sport. They really do. What I'm saying, go ahead.
There's a few teams that are really, really good like that, man. Josh Bailey,
Colorado.
Josh Bailey just once again soft on the puck.
Charmin soft, man. What a film saying, yeah, Lee is way overpaid. That's the only thing I don't like about him. Thomas B. They're saying here, hey guys, now that the vaccine mandates are disappearing, do you think that Lou will call Bodie Wild back from exile? No, nope. He will not.
Not this year.
The Armadillo and Lou make me sick, says Warzone Senior Citizen here. Empire State, which is Frank says, I have MSG on Fubu TV. Are the players allowed to give money back to the team? Lee should surely give $2 or $3 million back to the team if he's a team player. I won't do that.
Now, let me ask you a question. Who sent that comment in?
Frank did.
Frank, would you give the money back to your work if you didn't think your work was up to par? No.
I would keep it. I don't know anybody else to give it back.
Lou was dumb for signing him to that contract. He was nowhere near worth that much.
Yeah, if you're saying we're gonna pay you for 40 hours of work a week, and they say we're only gonna actually require you to work 32, and they're paying you like you're making 40, we're working 40 hours a week. I mean, they're not gonna say, hey, we're gonna give you less money.
Anders Lee isn't even worth $4 million a year. That's the max I would have given him.
He would have got paid more than that on the open. Well, I know. We've discussed that. We're moving on.
I make valuable points, and you just say, "We talking about that. We're moving on."
Go ahead, Grump. Go down the same fucking shit we say every damn podcast. Say it again, Grump. What would you do, grumpy old man, if a team like Montreal or Chicago, who is rumored to want him, what would you do if they offered him a contract of $5 million or more, Grumpy? What would you have done?
Let him go.
Why, Grumpy? What would you have told him? You had to pack his bag and said, "See you later."
See you later, alligator.
Kanye the Giant says, I know Grumpy wouldn't like it, but I wish the rest would call everything. If the league wants to increase scoring, you need to open things up for star players and create exciting highlights.
I just feel that they call a lot of the little ticky-tack touch fouls. I'm not saying you should call
penalties, man.
I'm not saying you don't want to spend everybody in the box all the time. You call a penalty on everything. But like if a guy, touches him, it doesn't really impede what he's doing. But you tugged on the shirt a little bit. I'm sorry, that shouldn't be a penalty.
If you put your stick on somebody else's stick and they lose possession of the puck, it is always called a slash or always called a hook. It doesn't matter if you put yourself in great position. It's always called that. Oh, almost Cal Clutterbuck getting a little opportunity. I wouldn't mind Cal Clutterbuck scoring against a potential trade suitor for him.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, he's got an assist today, too. He's showing a little jump as well. He says, hey, Colorado, pick me up for your playoff push. I want to win a cup before I retire.
Parisi says, I want to come here, too. Let's all go to Colorado.
Do we have enough seats on the plane in order to take me too? Is it a package deal we can get going?
We're carrying play right now.
We are. I mean, for about a last solid 30 seconds, we have been carrying play. There's 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. We're a 2-2 tie between the Colorado Avalanche and the New York Islanders. Frank K saying here, Darcy Kemper was either screened or it was deflected off of Makar because he looked at Makar and gave him a love tap as if it would say it was okay, talking about the goal against. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's not going to blame Makar, that's for certain.
No.
The
Islanders! What I say, they would need to have some unbelievable puck luck. Here it is, a block shot, I think, from the point. An Andy Green block shot from the point just happens to bounce and just lay right there for freaking Kyle Palmieri. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that shot was so far off net, too. Holy crap. Look at this Andy Green shot. I think it hits Palmieri. It hits Palmieri, who's about way out of the zone, way out of the vision of the shot.
I think it hit the Colorado defenseman.
No, that was Nathan McKinnon down low on Kyle Palmieri. I thought it hit Palmieri. It hit somebody in front of the net who was way off target of the net, and it bounced right for Palmieri just to tap the puck in. He got an Anders Lee special on that goal.
Either way, it bounced to Kyle Palmieri, and he put it in the net.
Holy shit, ladies and gents, would you ever have thought with 7 minutes and 30 seconds, we would be up 3-2 on the Colorado Avalanche? My goodness gracious. I feel like if you're Colorado, you're going to get your ass, you're going to get torn into at intermission. I mean, Christ almighty, if you give up, if you're losing to the New York Islanders who have been struggling this season going into the third period at home, my God, yikes.
I mean, Islanders still carrying the play here.
Yep, they are. We've looked better as of like the last 3 minutes or so. Unbelievable. Who would have ever figured, Grump? The Islanders putting up a fight. I mean, we're controlling the puck in the offensive zone. My goodness. Why do I feel like though all it takes is one quick transition and Colorado ties the game right back up immediately on like a breakaway or a 2-on-1?
That's what good teams do. But still.
Nice slap shot by Dobson.
I'm just shooting. Yep. You know, his offensive game has really picked up. Maybe Barry just said, all right, kid, I'm not going to shackle you anymore. Do your thing.
Well, I mean,
does it seem like Makar and Toews are out there like every other shift almost?
Devon Toews plays like 25 minutes a night, Grump. And so does Makar. They both play like 25, 26 minutes on average a night. It's unbelievable amount of time. Right from a team that, you know, we roll every single line, they play an unbelievable amount of ice time.
Hey, there's Eric Johnson on Ross Johnston.
You mean Jack Johnson, Grump?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
You're right. You sound like you're about to go lay down.
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson down there. Yeah, Devon Toews, grumpy old man, averages 25.26 minutes a night for Colorado.
Wow, 25 and a half minutes a night. Think about that. Not good enough to play on our team.
We think that guy Nicoletti's better. The guy with a minus 29 on minus 27 or minus 29 in Detroit. He's better. That's what we need to have.
For the plus, what is he, plus 42?
Plus 42. Ugh. Yep, Devon Toews. Mikhail Makar only plays 25 minutes and 10 seconds on average a night, so he plays less on average ice time than Devon Toews does on a nightly basis.
They're good. They're good.
They're unbelievable. The team is, I mean, this is, wow. Islanders are up, maybe with a little bit of puck luck, but I'll take it. Paul O.C. said, Jake DeBrusk, 25 years old, wants out of Boston. We can trade Varlamov, or at least Varlamov involved in the trade. I see DeBrusk having success with us.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick. Do
Tell me
not
about
fall
the
for
banana
it.
in a tailpipe trick, Grumpy, from Eddie Murphy, because I'm not familiar with it.
He put bananas in the tailpipe, so when he left, it stopped the exhaust from coming out the tailpipe, and it sputtered the car out. They couldn't get it started because the fumes were going back up into the engine.
I know, but why did he put a banana in his tailpipe?
Just told you why.
Why did he do that?
Because he didn't want them following him when he left the hotel because they were tailing him. The cops, the Beverly Hills cops.
He put a banana in the other person's tailpipe. Okay, I'm like, why the hell would Eddie Murphy put a banana in his own tailpipe, Grump?
Somebody needs to stick a banana up your tailpipe.
I need you to explain, Grumpy. I've never watched the movie. What can I say?
Pathetic. The fact that you even said that live where people could listen is just pathetic.
We got this is by Rich A. I appreciate this. Rich, this is funny. Got Noah Dobson when he doesn't have to babysit Zdeno Chara, and he says Dobby is free, is what it says. Rich,
good.
this is fantastic.
You have to take down the Islanders Never Say Die logo when you put that up because there you go.
Dobby is free. We're gonna show that tomorrow too. This is fantastic. Oh, yeah. That's great. That is great there. Thank you there, Rich. And then BK says, hey guys, I love listening to you. Thanks, BK. We appreciate it.
Whenever I see BK, I think Burger King.
I do too. That's my fat ass coming out. I'm like, I could go for some Burger King right now. I haven't eaten Burger King in over like a decade, but I'm really like, I go for some Burger King right now. I can go for
really
double stacker. Yeah, I don't eat fast food. I maybe like McDonald's like once a year, but other than that, I used to love. Oh man, there's some fast food restaurants I like, but I haven't eaten fast food in a long time. Frank G saying here, TJ, you should watch on a tablet at least. Come on, man, your eyes won't be good enough when you're older like me. LOL.
They're not that good now. Frank, they're not that good now.
Oh man, Islanders leading Colorado 3-2 with 5 minutes left in the third.
Again, totally dominating here late in the second period. And this Palmieri. If he had any talent, he would have scored again.
That close, Grumpy. That close. Max P said the state of the Islanders. It's bad. Thank you.
Nice cat. Look at that little kitty cat.
I was about to say, I don't. It looks like that cat is shotgunning some sort of seltzer drink, but I cannot tell. Max,
maybe it's catnip.
I don't know. It looks like a drink. It looks like it's licking a drink. It's shotgunning a beer. That cat is.
Hey, cats.
I know a lot of cats that do that. Sal P said Tool has been around since the 90, Grumpy, since 1990, 1991, something like that. Tool is a great band, TJ. Google it, man. Grumpy, man, I'm shocked you don't know who Tool is. I saw them in show. They aren't that old, TJ.
I know who they are, but like I said, I'm quite a bit older than TJ. So, and I kind of, once I moved from New York area and, I got married, I didn't get to listen to as much music. I moved to a different part of the country where the music is a little bit different. So I kind of stopped listening to the radio and, those things just kind of happen. It's a young man's game. I used to love music.
Oh man.
But I don't listen to anything new. I couldn't tell you any new songs. I've heard some, of course, really popular ones, but I don't listen to popular music anymore. Just stopped.
No. Look at that. Scott Mayfield almost had a chance. Look at that. Looky there. Frank G also saying, wow, TJ, I graduated high school in 1990. You look older than you look, bro. Laughing my ass off.
Wow.
There it is. I look wise. Is that what you're saying? I look very
he says
wise.
You look bald is what he's saying.
Yesterday was before your time. Nice, Grumpy. Freaking hilarious. The team is totally different with Chara not in the house. Yeah, for certain. James F saying, hey guys, James, how is Pittsburgh? Hopefully the move's been going well. Colorado does that to teams. They're fantastic. What a film said. I missed a few podcasts. It started getting to me. Got to get my grump on. Got to get his grump on.
We were worried about you, Woody. We were worried about you.
It's like TJ grew up on in an Afghani cave. Yeah, there you go. Frank G said, I missed that. I missed that. Woulda. Grumpy old man said to TJ yesterday, it was before your time. Laughing my ass off. I want that in a shirt. It was before your time. Oh goodness. What a film saying. Yeah, TJ said something was before his time, and Grumpy nailed him good. Everything is before your time. Yeah, for certain it is. Max P says, damn, TJ, you need to set aside at least 2 good weeks to get caught up on some of the great classic movies.
He's a freaking loser, man, when it comes to that. I went to see The Godfather in theaters over the weekend.
Oh, nobody cares about your Godfather.
New 4K restoration. It was fantastic. The best movies ever looked. Greatest film of all time. Yeah. TJ, what was he doing? Who knows?
Working.
Yeah. On a Sunday afternoon, please.
I work all the time, Grumpy.
You were probably taking a nap.
I'm on the grind, Grumpy. You don't even know about this grind. Oh, this lady from Colorado is pretty. I don't know her name, but she does. I don't know what she was wearing.
Who cares? No one is looking at that feed.
Hey, that's a reason to look at that feed right there, Grumpy.
Let's see the commercial with Isles Girl 3 right now.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that. Fair enough. They're talking about the Steamboat Stampede, 19 and under, girls Avalanche, girls Cup champions, Grump. That's so much more important than whatever you guys are seeing. Not more important than Kim, though.
With these pretty girls?
No, they're under. No, Grumpy. They're like sweaty from hockey. No,
I don't know.
19 under. I don't know. Cale Makar going to the penalty box. Islanders back on the power play once more. Apparently, they did not score a power play goal the first time.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man. He was close. They were close.
Better than that. Come on,
O'Connor does a good job of getting that out of the way and deflecting that puck out, because that was a prime opportunity for the Islanders to double the lead against the Colorado Avalanche. Oh, man, O'Connor just gets a nice slap at it to keep that game only a 1-goal Islander lead.
I'll tell you what, if we can score another goal before intermission, we're going to be in good shape going into third.
Oh, dude, this is Colorado. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Frank saying, yeah, I was talking about the band Tool, like they were Cream from the 60s. Is Cream a band?
Yeah, Cream was a band in the 60s. Disraeli Gears was a really good album they had out. They had some good tunes, man.
I know who the Beatles are.
Oh,
Darcy Kemper. Wow.
Darcy Kemper's trying to do his best Tristan Jarry playoff imitation there.
Yeah, looking weak and leaky. Islanders have 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining on the power play, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second period. Islanders with a 1-goal lead, shockingly enough, on the Colorado Avalanche. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, I'm as shocked as you are. It is still early yet. We still have a third period to play, and anything could happen. That's for certain.
Anytime I see Bailey on the power play, it makes me want to puke.
Oh, man.
He's not even considering a shot. Go ahead.
Frank saying a nice breakup by Aho. And true, what a James. I predict a bidding war on Varlamov. 3 to 5 teams need him. Good teams can make a run. I predict we get a first rounder. Bam.
I don't know if we get a first rounder for him.
Frank K.
I think Marc-Andre Fleury is the first goalie off the market. He's the first one.
Yep, for certain. He's, again, on an expiring contract. I think probably so.
And the longer that he stays on the market, the less that we're going to get in return for Varlamov.
I don't know about that. Depends on what he gets. Right? You're going to have a mad scramble. You're going to have a mad scramble if Marc-Andre Fleury gets picked up by another team and another team is banking on him.
If Marc-Andre Fleury gets traded the last 5 minutes of the deadline,
if anybody gets traded in the last 5 minutes of the deadline, Grumpy, here's the thing. If he gets traded in the last 5 minutes of the deadline, another goalie will have been traded before then.
That's why I said the longer he's on the market, the less we get for Varlamov.
The longer he's on the market, wow, Casey Zizekas collides with Darcy Kemper. The longer he's on the market, Grumpy, that means that he won't be the first goalie off. Simple as that. If he's on the market to the last 5 minutes, another goalie will have been traded by then. And Frank K. saying, of course, it's Toews. Hey, Grump, TJ suffering from herpes simplex 10, a Beverly Hills Cop reference.
That's right.
What is that?
Mr. Mayo, tell him that your friend is here and he got the herpes simplex 10. He should get himself tested.
The herpes simplex 10. Okay.
Herpes simplex 10, and he should get himself tested.
Is that Eddie Murphy doing that?
Eddie Murphy said that, yes. I forget who he said the name of the guy was. but he played, he was playing a gay character in a restaurant. You get away with that back then. You could not do that today, but in that movie back then, it was hilarious. So it was pretty good.
Christmas says Colorado looks like they're always on a power play. And look who just scored, Devon Toews. Warzone saying the Toews with a goal and an assist. Lou is a disgrace. Fire Lou. Fire Lou. Avalanche are just toying with us. Now that's a concept. Maybe they are. Maybe in the third period, they just want to make sure that they have enough reason to really, turn it on. So they've got, Devon Toews could score a few more goals. Maybe they want it to be a really high scoring affair. They want Toews' first career hat trick to be against his ex-team, the New York Islanders.
Wow.
Ariel C said that Toews trade was the gift that just keeps on giving.
To Colorado, anyway.
For certain it does. For certain it does. Frank saying here, not true, Grump. You've seen our defenseman attacking the offensive zone. He has adapted to the league and has changed. I don't know about that, Frank. Pajot with the goal. Yeah, Toews is probably thrilled to be with Colorado for certain.
Moves to Colorado. He's got married as a kid, scoring goals in bunches, big plus minus. Man, the Islanders
up for receiving Norris Trophy finalist votes for the best defenseman in hockey. Holy crap!
So happy that he had nothing but good things to say about Lou Lamoriello. The Islanders are so far in his rear view mirror.
He can't
even see him anymore.
Oh yeah, my time with the Islanders were great.
Real quick,
no issues.
In 151 games played, Makar has 152 points. The only guys with higher percentages were Harry Cameron, two other guys, and of course Bobby Orr, number one. Think about Bobby.
I've heard of that Bobby Orr fella. Where have I heard his name?
If Bobby Orr played in today's NHL,
unbelievable.
I mean, he had years. Okay, here they are: Makar 1.01, Paul Coffey 1.09, Harry Cameron 1.1, and Bobby Orr 1.39. These are points per game in their first 151 games. Pretty good numbers.
Wow. I tell you, if Bobby Orr seriously was playing in today's day in hockey as a defenseman, what do you think? He'd average 140, 150 points a season?
Not if he played for the Islanders.
Well, then you're probably looking at maybe 20 points a season under Barry Trotz.
Could you imagine what Barry Trotz would have tried to do with Bobby Orr?
Oh, man.
Kid, you're going to sit because I don't care that you score every other shift. You don't play good enough defense. You gave up a goal once on a bad play as an 18-year-old. So you're going to ride the bench for a couple of years.
Bobby Orr wouldn't have made it to the NHL until probably he was like 22, 23 years old. Think about that. He'd be sitting on the pine playing the A saying, I don't care what he's doing in the A. He hasn't shown it at the NHL level yet.
He was so good. Man, could he skate. Oh, effortless. He just fantastic.
He's just an unbelievable skater. Now it looks like the Islanders are going to be entering the third period with a 3-2 lead over the Colorado Avalanche. I am as shocked as you are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shocked. Maybe I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. Bavillier couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. And then Frank Hayes saying they were totally napping, talk about the Avalanche. And the Avalanche took the Islanders too lightly. Sorokin is playing real good, and that's why it's tied. That's why when it was tied, it was tied. Bavillier has to score that goal. I like Parise. He can take Clutterbuck's spot on the fourth line. I want to say trade Zach Parise. You're gonna get great value for him. Unbelievable value. And then Greg F says, I can't even put into words how much I despise Lou Lamoriello. Lou Lamoriello, one of the worst general managers in the NHL. I hope Toews scores 5 goals on us. Joseph C said, two former Hall of Famers are great general managers in league, Sakic and Yzerman. Yeah, fantastic general managers.
I think Yzerman's better than Sakic.
Yes, Steve UI just has a longer track record too. Frank G saying here, Warzone. Lou needs to be the president of hockey operations, and we need a young general manager. Absolutely. Greg Frost says, you're right, Grump. Anders Lee sucks.
He's invisible.
And then Grump, if Frank's saying, Grumpy old man, I'm a contractor. And if I don't do good work, I don't get paid. Technically, Lee is a contractor, so give it back. LOL. Oh man, the Avalanche's defense will cost them in the playoffs.
Yes, that's what I think their issue is. They still need some more blood and guts players on their team.
Tell me you could. I mean, like, tell me a guy like Scott Mayfield for the cap situation wouldn't be a fantastic fit in Colorado.
And Clutterbuck.
And Parise and Josh Bailey, I heard was really Josh Bailey, man. He's fantastic. Josh Bailey is one of the best players in Islanders franchise history.
A guy like Mayfield would be good for them. Clutterbuck. I don't think they're looking for a Parise type. I think they're looking for a blood and guts Clutterbuck type. And Mayfield would be really, really good for them. It's something they need. A defenseman who actually plays defense. But then what would you give up to get those two guys, right?
You'd have to give up an arm and a leg.
A couple of firsts.
At least. Tony Hopenny saying here, if we win this game, do you understand how many Islander fans will convince themselves that we're still in a playoff race? Yes, they will. And I had a comment, and I'm going to pop it up on screen. I don't know if Zomp is just messing around here with me, but he's saying he's starting to think Barzal is the problem. Now we're winning games that Barzal's out of the lineup. Okay. I'm sure it's a joke here. But I will look at it like this. You have Zdeno Chara not in the lineup, and you see how successful the team can be. It's Big Z has been a freaking issue on this team since day freaking one. He's been awful.
Here's the thing. Barzal's not a fit for the way the Islanders play, though. He's not. He's just not. I've often said if they could trade him for, whoever, some grinder type who could also be a first-line center, they would do it. But TJ, we are at the end of the second intermission.
Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Frank G, I want to get through two more comments and we'll jump on. Frank here says, told you guys, I asked my mom in heaven on her birthday to help us. Love you, Mom, says Frank. We're getting a little divine intervention, grumpy old man, is what we've got going on. But it is, you know what time it is, Grump?
Yeah.
What time is it?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Grumpy, why don't you tell us what time it is? Grumpy, when I say you to do that, you just have to say Draftkings. It's because I'm pulling up the effing ad, and I need you to give me 2 seconds.
See, maybe you should have informed me that
before, Grumpa.
Maybe you just should have informed me of that instead of just saying something, expecting me to know what you're talking about.
Can you buy me like 10 seconds really quickly as I'm pulling up this ad?
I just
said, what time is it, Grump? Who's our sponsor? I just need you to say Draftkings, and I said, that's right, Grumpy, and I have enough time to get the ad pulled up.
Just pull the ad up and read it.
Today's podcast is brought to you by DraftKings. Hoop fans, the latest offer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is too good to pass up. I'm talking between the legs, 360 windmill good. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. It's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still take a shot at a big payday. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings daily fantasy basketball contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code THPN and bet just $1 on any NBA team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 years or older. Minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Void where prohibited. Minimum of $5 deposit. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text TN Redline, which is 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. Grump. Tell me that wasn't cool. Look at that speed read right there, Grumpy.
All right, let's get to the rest of the comments. So
Grumpy, did you see that speed read, Grump? Did you hear it? Did you hear the speed read?
I tuned you out, honestly.
Oh, I was impressed with that read. That was one of the best reads I've ever done.
Okay.
Not even appreciated by the Grumpster. Not even appreciated by the Grumpster. Frank K said, how bad does this look on Barzal if they win? What?
I think but here's the thing. A lot of times when your best player gets injured, the team kind of rallies for a few games. Maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
I don't know.
Maybe they're becoming too dependent on the individual brilliance of Matt Barzal.
I look at it like this. It's not the fact that, hey, have we looked on the offensive side of the puck? We have been lucky as shit with the goals we scored. They're all mistakes that have been committed by Colorado's defense. We look at the first one, and yeah, I mean, think about it. You have, I can't remember the name. You have a defenseman from Colorado touch the puck, and you have, what the hell's his name, Grump? Who's the defenseman from?
Long story short.
Oh my God, Ryan Murray. Jesus Christ, Grump. Ryan Murray touches the puck and turns it right over and allows for that goal and that opportunity. The Islanders go ahead and score Jean-Gabriel Pageau. And then you have the inability for Colorado, right, to box out. Kyle Palmieri down low, hits off of McKinnon, and Palmieri just knocks one in in a wide open net, gives us a 3-2 lead. I mean, we still have to play the third period against a high octane offense. I don't anticipate us trying to play up tempo style in the third period as we have a 1-goal lead. We're probably going to sit back in our shell and say, can we stop the onslaught of the Colorado Avalanche?
I think you're minimizing how well the Islanders played in the second period.
They played well in the second period. The first period, they were atrocious.
Yeah, but we played really well in the second. And we got a 1-goal lead going into the third. I mean, I don't think you should minimize that. Well, Colorado did this, Colorado did that. Let me tell you something. Our guys showed some guts out there. I mean, kudos to our guys. Sick and tired of you ripping my boys.
Oh, you're ridiculous. They already scored 3 goals, and I'm surprised by it. Now, here's the thing, Grumpy. I don't care about monetization on the video. Paul sent us the clip from Beverly Hills Cops. Let's see here. I'm going to try to get through the ad, and I'll pull it up for us. Tony Hopenny says Burger King doesn't have any hot dogs, so it's understandable TJ doesn't eat there anymore.
True.
Yeah, that's true. I used to. Frank K says I was at the Islanders Avalanche game in Barclays when Duchesne got traded during the game. I saw him skating off, and he knew he was gone.
Yeah, that's great. Come trade deadline, see guys on pre-ice skating, all of a sudden, nope, healthy scratch tonight. You know they're gone.
Okay, Grumpy, hold on a second. Oh, hold on. This ought to be funny. Let's go ahead and pull this up. This is from Beverly Hills. Okay. I thought that I didn't even know this movie existed until today, Grumpy.
God.
What's wrong with it?
I can't, sometimes it's, yeah, here it is. This is the Victor Maitland scene in the restaurant.
Okay, let me try to, oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Let me move the volume up.
Plums, oranges, and bananas.
All I need is a couple of bananas.
Shh. Go ahead, take those bananas.
Hey. Forget it, I'm not eating that. Take it back.
Certainly, sir.
This really looks great.
How many bananas? It's only one banana you could jam up there, right?
Thank you. Ready to go?
Yeah.
There's the Mercedes. Can we get rid of that stuff?
That was real quick.
Because the exhaust is not getting out of the car.
I didn't know how long it could survive. Okay, fair enough.
Then the next scene, you see the next day they have another cop, 2 cops trail him, and big black cop says, "I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe." He's like, "Hey, brother." "Well, I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm not going to fall for that."
Well, thank
you.
you.
Got to watch the whole movie. It was good.
Thank you, Meatball Barn, for sending that in. I maybe have to watch it one day, Grump. Maybe one day. When's the last time the Islanders won in Colorado?
I don't know.
Oh, Frank G said, Tony, they used to have hot dogs at Burger King. Really?
Used to.
Wow.
That's till TJ hit it.
Chris, I ran him out all the hot dogs. Chris Smith said, Grumpy Old Man, what state do you live in? East Coast.
North Carolina.
James F says Pittsburgh. Okay, I tried. I'm tired of the Penguins banners here. Ugh, yikes. Nick D said, TJ, check Anima by Tool.
Enema.
That's not Enema, is it? Okay.
Looks like Enema to me.
I thought it was Anima by Tool. One of the best CDs. Danny Carey is an awesome drummer. Francis F. or James F. saying here, a grumpy old man is making is a making of a Godfather, is the making of a movie, The Godfather.
Yes, that's correct. It's going to be on Paramount Plus coming out in April. It's going to be how the movie got made. I know all the stories, and they're turning it into like a little mini series, whatever the hell they do, limited time series, whatever it is.
And then Frank G says here, I heard about The Godfather in theaters, a legendary movie for certain. By the way, I just saw the new Ghostbusters. It was great, says Frank.
It's a return, like an homage to the original Ghostbusters movies, the first two, not the hideous one with all the old girl cast, which was unwatchable, but the first two with Murray and
I didn't even. I saw the first
Aykroyd.
one. I saw the first one. I didn't even know they had a second Ghostbusters.
Jeez, what a loser.
Max says here, it's Big Mama. She loved licking the condensation off a cold beer can. Very sadly, she passed away a few days ago. Hate to hear
Oh, that's too bad. Jeez, that's a bummer.
that. Is a bummer. Nobody likes that. Oh, that
Rest
is a
in
bummer.
peace, Big Mama.
Big Mama. I do like the name. Big Mama. Big Mama. I like that name.
She don't look like a Big Mama to me.
She looks very furry. That's for certain. The cat looks very furry. Is not very redundant for me to say, Grump. Let's see here. Andrew L said Avalanche goaltending isn't strong enough for a cup, in my opinion.
Yeah. They had some holes.
We're going to go through rapid fire, Grumpy, of these comments so I can go use the restroom before the next period starts. Rob G says, Grumpy, we can pull this game off. So far, so good. Andrew L says, baseball is unfortunately being ruined. We're going to talk about that on Thursday. Ken M says, oh my God, I got money on the Avalanche. Do you think they'll come back? Well, they certainly can, Kem. So don't rule it out. Tony Hopenny said, you gotta remind us to like your videos, man. I always forget. Yeah, like the video too if you're here. Welcome. We're an hour and 48 minutes in. If you've made it this long, make sure to like the video. Again, you can also subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter.
It helps our algorithm. Helps our algorithm.
Absolutely. Frank also saying, yep, Andrew, I'd give at least a first rounder for Varlamov since they owe us for Toews. They should at least give a first rounder for us. Rob G says the Islanders are going to finish strong tonight here. State of Survival says here, hey, Grumpy, when did fans start banging on the glass? I swear that when I was at the games in the 90s, no one did that.
I want to say that's relatively well. I'll tell you what. In the 70s, when there were fights, people were banging on the glasses. Not like today. They just kind of stupid today. Everything they do today is pretty dumb.
John P says, hello, gentlemen. What would have had to happen, money, trades, reassignment, etc., for Lou to have been able to keep Devon Toews? Instead of trading Devon Toews, they would have traded Nicoletti.
That's it.
That's all you need to do. As simple as it could have been. And you could have punted the ball down one more offseason, and you could have said, all right, we could prioritize keeping Devon Toews because he took a big step forward in his game. He's a player we have to keep, and we could find somebody else to get rid of at the deadline. I mean, like, we could have said that, but I mean, we technically did trade Nicoletti away this offseason, but
big advantage for the Islanders in the faceoff dot tonight, 63 to 37%. That's pretty good.
Joe Zomp. Now this is the comment I read on Twitter. He says, "Is it me or does a team play better without Matt Barzal?"
I think it's. If you want to go to the bathroom, I can touch on this, TJ, and then I'll go through a couple.
I'll be back, Grumpy. No, I'll be back. Don't you worry, Grumpy.
Joe looks so cool in those glasses. By the way, Joe, you look cool. I think it's just a matter of the best player on the team is out, so everyone's kind of stepped up their game a little bit. And even though we were flat in the first period, I thought overall our team play has been really, really good tonight. In the second period, we were outstanding, absolutely carried the play against Colorado. And that's what I think it's more. It's not just, we're better, without Matt Barzal, because we're not. In the long run, we're not. Maybe for a few games we can get away with it, but not in the long run. So that's where we are on that. And then James Farrell, he wrote a book report on Bobby Orr in elementary school, got an A. And he still has a report. I'm not going into your basement, James. I'm just not. I don't want to see any first grade book reports. Can't see that. Then Empire State Construction, Frank G says, how about Varlamov and Clutterbuck and Mayfield for Toews? No, we are not making. They're not going to trade you Devon Toews. Forget that.
Hold on. What you've been going on additional comments without me?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Colossal Cooking. I just go right down in order.
Cale Makar is the best. Okay, Grumpy, I got it. Cale Makar is the best hockey player around.
I don't think he's the best. He's damn good though.
Does that look
Really
like?
good.
You know what that looks like? After zooming in, after looking at that, it looks like some Oreos covered in chocolate. Ooh, that looks
I bet
good.
you'd like that, right, TJ?
Home babe, I'd like that. Max P says here, Clutterbuck would be fantastic on the Avalanche and a sweet in a pot. I'd even throw in Matt Martin. I don't think they would want Matt Martin. But
Yeah, that's
hey,
like
if you want
that's
to
like
take Matt Martin, that's addition by subtraction.
that's like throwing like vinegar on top of that pot. No good.
Cool James. Bobby Orr is a legend's legend.
Tremendous.
And Avalanche rules, says Colossal Cool King. Yeah, for certain he does. Goon says here, hey guys, can you recommend a good book about Islanders history? I heard the book Dynasty from a while back is good.
I had one. Oh, I still have it. Didn't have one. I still had it, which was, I think, written after their first 25 years in existence, which was pretty good because that gives you all the glory year stuff. Pride and something. I don't remember exactly what it is. There was a book called Fish Sticks, which wrote about some of the Milbury era. And those are the two that I have. And actually, there's another one that I have also, but I can't remember the name. It's been a while since I've read them. So
I have not read any Islander books. I don't read many books. So
can't read, doesn't watch movies, doesn't listen to music, eats hot dogs without buns. I mean, my God.
Yes. I know it's impressive. Owls44 said, get rid of Chara, Green, Parise, Clutterbuck, and Martin. Fish Sticks by Alan Hahn is a good one. Hate them, of course.
Yeah, I don't need fish sticks either.
I would like some fish sticks. I can get some. I can go for some fish sticks.
That was an interesting read. The third period has started, and once again, looks like the Islanders have come out with a little bit of jump. Adam Pelech pinching down low, but we had some nice some forward coming back and playing his position. Thank goodness, because he was not able to control the puck in the offensive zone.
Okay. Yes, the third period has started, Grump.
I think people actually like to hear what's going on in the game. I know you don't think that when you're looking at your little TV, your little.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Grump. We're not going to be reading we won't have the time to read every comment during when we start doing our podcast. So we're going to have to pick select ones just because for like time's sake, right? So when we're in a section like this, right? I want this to be more of a freewheeling item, Grump. We're talking about the game. We're just shooting the shit, having a good time. People listen to fun commentary about things they wouldn't hear on the TV, Grump. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, they're not going to hear about how you like BK Stacker sauce or shit like that.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Brendan and Butch Goring have never talked about Beverly Hills cops and shoving bananas up tailpipes. I can promise you that's never happened.
That's
Colorado looks like they're out. They've got they smell the blood and water right now. They've controlled, what do you say, about a minute here, solid zone time against the Islanders so far to start the third.
I don't know if it's important that the fans actually know what's going on in the game, according to TJ, but yes, that is exactly what's happening.
The Islanders are playing a NHL team tonight. Couldn't tell you who they're playing or where they're playing, but it's at some point of time during the game. And there is a score up here, too. Is that what you want me to say, Grump?
You're a disgrace to broadcasting everywhere.
Oh, man, it's just all in fun and games. Frank's saying here, hey, man, I'm an Av supporter. My good friends partied with them up there. They won the first cup. But go Islanders. My fame's at the Avalanche game right now. Oh, so not those sad. Ooh, they've had quite a few chances. What is Sorokin had to save about 3 or 4 shots here in the first 2 minutes?
At least 3 or 4 saves in the first 2 minutes. At least.
I say Sorokin, if he has a big period, is going to keep us in this. I mean, he's going to have to be heavily relied upon. Ooh,
true.
Look at that. My gosh, it was a good stop by Andy Green. They had a follow-up opportunity, and a nice job by Andy Green getting in the way of that follow-up. But, geez, Colorado looks like they've come to play the third period after a lackluster second period for them and a good second period for the Islanders. Devon Toews. Holy crap. Look at that rifled shot. Nice save by
Nice
Sorokin.
save again by Sorokin.
Sorokin is going to stand on his head, I feel like, in this third period. Uh-oh. A little opportunity for Cal Clutterbuck. Oh, he almost gets a feed across to Casey Cizikas.
Oh, man, Devon Toews. Nice shifty move.
Ooh.
Oh,
Man, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, Sorokin's maybe faced 5 or 6 shots already this third period. We're not even 3 minutes in.
Nathan McKinnon is special.
This entire team, when they're playing their style of hockey, they're just unbelievable.
And Mayfield got away with a hold on McKinnon.
Look at Ross Johnston fighting Kadri down there. Oh, what the? Did he just get a penalty? No.
To me, both guys should go, but they'll call Ross.
What the is that about?
And look, Barry will be pissed. Barry's pissed. And he's like, Matt Martin, come out of there. You're playing.
How the hell is Ross Johnston going?
See,
What?
Kadri leaned in.
Kadri grabs his stick.
Yeah.
How is that a hold? How is that a hold?
That's a bad
What
call.
the fuck is that call?
That's a bad call.
What the hell type of call is that?
A bad call. That's a kind of call.
It's a shit call. That's them wanting to tie this game up. That's awful, man. That's atrocious. A hold? What the? I'm sorry. Oh, that's awful.
My gosh, look at them. They just walk right into. Oh my goodness gracious, they're pretty good on the power play.
You think Colorado's pretty good? Yeah, they're pretty damn good.
But Sorokin's looking real.
Sorokin is dialed in right now.
He's real cool.
Wow. And here's the thing: you could say the goals he's given up, he really didn't have a chance to stop. The first one he was screened, and even then, he's got a face right in front of him.
Back in the late 1980s, Danny Davis was a referee for the World Wrestling Federation, and he wound up becoming a bad guy wrestler. He says his little tagline was, "I'm cool, cocky, and confident," and that's what I think that Ilya Sorokin is right now.
Sorokin is dialed in, though. There's nothing better than, when your goalie's dialed in a game like this.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. Sorokin, we're going to be sitting here with clammy hands the entire rest of the game because Colorado might have 20 shots on net in the third period. I think it's legitimate to think they're going to have 20 plus shots. They've really been turning it on.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, oh man. They've got 10 shots on goal already in the third period. Holy shit. 10 shots on goal in the third period.
Maybe they'll have 40 shots on goal today.
They've got 32 already.
Well, maybe 40 in the third period.
Holy crap. I even asked them, how many shots on goal do you think they're going to have? Look at this. In the third period, Grump, 10 shots on goal for the Colorado Avalanche. And they're going to have
they keep on that cross-ice pass, and they're just missing on it.
Yep. It's like they're out of sync. My God. Look at this.
Pulock actually made the last save on the previous play.
Landeskog,
he knew it was coming. They just walk in.
Look at that. Sorokin can't find the puck because Pulock's not clearing out Landeskog. He's just standing right in front of him doing a great job.
Oh, my God.
And they're right back on offense.
Right back in the zone.
The puck and they're right back in there for more pressure.
They weren't out of the zone. The puck went down all the other way. They're back in the zone in attack formation in 4 seconds.
We're going to give up a goal. I'm sorry. You can't just give up shot after shot after shot. Honestly, Colorado's going to win this game because they've had such
I don't know about that. I feel pretty good right now.
I don't know, man. How many more? What do you think Sorokin's going to have 50 saves in the third period?
Maybe.
They're on pace right now to have 40 plus shots.
Ooh, nice deflection. Ah!
Holy freaking shit. How the hell did that happen? Landeskog, I don't even know how that happened. How did that trickle in the net?
It off the back of Sorokin and slid across the net.
Jesus. Oh, my God. Did it update already? I got to remove that. I didn't know it updated beforehand. I wasn't even looking at the screen.
Yeah, good job, TJ.
I apologize. Look at this. My God. How the hell? Oh, look at all that.
It just deflected in off of Sorokin's stick as he's coming back into position.
That's another assist for Devon Toews.
Really?
How the hell did he squeak that through? I
banged it off
guarantee you
me
Phil's
sometimes.
facts is about the shit all over Sorokin. He's like, Sorokin just gave up a week.
Oh,
I don't know how he gave up that goal from that angle. I know he's going to say that. I don't even have to be on Phil's Twitter feed, and I know that's what's going to be said. Let me see here. I could promise you, like clockwork, if Phil's on Twitter tonight, that's exactly what.
if Phil says that, I want you to say from me, Phil sucks.
Oh, he's talking right now, so he's not making any comments. I think he's in a shared space. Oh, he's talking on the. He's talking
probably
on the
in a safe space.
No. It's a 3-3 tie now. Oof. We've been outshot 11. We've been outshot 11-1 so far this period. 5 minutes in. I don't think we're winning this one, guys. So,
oh my God! Again, they just walk right in.
You see what happens when you have guys who are skilled and they create that speed, and the defense has to draw on the guy carrying the puck. You can drop pass to a quick guy who then has space open, and if he can put the puck on target with a sniper shot, he puts the puck in the net. That's what you would ideally love to have with Matt Barzal.
Their speed forces us to back up in the defensive zone because we don't have pace defensively.
Yeah.
We don't have pace defensively, and we're just backing up. I mean, and the forwards aren't back there to help out. It's been a bad third period. As good as we were in the second period is as bad as where we're looking here in the third. I have a question for you, TJ. What do you think about Jared Bednar as coach? I don't think much of him.
I was about to say, I literally was about to say the same exact thing. I don't think much of him. That's for certain. I don't.
Yeah. Do we have any more comments?
Yes, we do. I'm going to get back to him. Eddie said, I'll say it. It was by far your best DraftKings read ever, TJ. Thank you. By a mile. Thank you, Eddie.
Oh, my God. See, you're like Lou Lamoriello and Barry Trotz early in the year. Oh, yeah. The one button he knows how to push.
From the crowd, Grumpy, and the crowd goes wild.
The one button he knows how to push when somebody says something nice about him. He blows that button. It's the only time it ever gets used.
Let me see what other buttons I have here. There you go. There's one Grumpy for you. The little, okay, fair enough. John P. saying, it is not Barzal being out. It is Zdeno Chara being out. It's a major impact on their improvement. It's so obvious. Yeah. That is.
Could you imagine? Okay.
His 29th goal this season.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How would Zdeno Chara have looked against this offense today?
Maybe that's why he's been injured. They're like, we need to keep him out injured a few games beforehand because we can't just make it look like he caught the Philadelphia flu. This guy, he would be. You want to talk about our defensemen like Noah Dobson, Pulock, Aho getting walked around. Zdeno Chara, he would be moving at 0.75 speed, and everybody on Colorado is moving at 1.5. He'd be getting walked around left and right. Oh. He doesn't belong on the same sheet of ice with those guys from Colorado at this point in his career. It's unfortunate to say, but it's true. Paulo C said, guys, if we can win tonight, we'll be 15 points back and 5 games in hand on Washington. If we gain 7 points in the next 7 games, do you guys still think we have no shot? Yeah, we have no shot, Paulo.
Paulo, what makes you think we're going to gain 7 points in the next 7 games?
Yeah. And even then, it's not good enough, right? You can't be averaging a point a game for the remainder of the season. That would still leave us way out of playoff contention. We have a really tough end of the season schedule too. Like we play Colorado again, we play Toronto,
all playoff teams.
We play Tampa, we play Florida, we play Carolina Hurricanes, we play Washington, we play Pittsburgh. Teams that we're just going to get. It's going to be a gauntlet at the end, and it's at that point of time of the season, it will be well over. I mean, we might lose in regulation to Colorado going into the third period with a goal.
11 of our last 12 games are against playoff teams. And I think we've only won 4 games all year against teams in the playoffs. I mean, it's
not going to be well for us.
Not good enough.
We would have to go into the last 10 games of the season with secured in the playoff spot with like an 8-point cushion. Look at this. I mean, Christ almighty, Burakovsky just comes in and rifles one, and another nice glove save by Sorokin.
He's been really good tonight.
Yeah.
Again, just back up.
Drew L says, I swear, if the Islanders win, Colorado is getting bounced in the second round.
Colorado needs to add a couple of pieces at the deadline if they want to be serious contenders for the Cup.
They do. Frank saying here. Okay, go ahead.
I just don't think they match up with Tampa. Carolina would be tough for them. Certain teams. I mean, Florida. I don't think Florida is good enough defensively to win.
Brock Nelson with an opportunity and a chance. He gets a little opportunity and he risks it there. Low block side.
Typical Brock Nelson shot.
Grump, we're going to go through these comments quick here, Grump, because we got quite a few of them. Want to make sure we can get through them. Frank says here, it's good. Barzal is out. Forces the other guys to play harder, not just watch Matt Barzal. I think you're right with that, too. Gabriel Yu says, hey, guys, any news about Philip Forsberg? Hopefully we're staying away from him with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to see us give up assets for a guy we might be able to sign in the offseason.
And Nashville said they still want to sign him.
The Colorado Avalanche lead the NHL in third period goals this season with 80. Yeah, they're averaging about like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 goals a game in a third period. My gosh. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a shock at all if we give up a goal here. And if we do, it'll probably be an additional 1+ because when we pull the goalie. But that makes sense for them. Paula says, we still have a lot of games playing against Washington. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't see it. They're going to bounce back.
What, just 2, right? I think we only have 2 against them.
I don't know the exact amount.
Oh, my God. Look at this tic-tac-toe.
It's beautiful. Watching them play.
They are fun to watch.
It's we talk about a beautiful sport. It makes the sport look as beautiful as it should. Holy crap. Ross Johnston almost goes ahead and finds a way to intercept the opportunity.
What's Kemper doing there?
He's not good. He's a liability in net. No doubt about it. Frank says, yes, I believe that we can recover. I'm not sure. Cale Makar is cute, says Colossal Cool King. Christopher C said,
Colossal hey, boys, cooking. Colossal cooking, not Cool King. Cooking.
Okay. Cooking. Christopher C said, hey, boys, let's remember something. This is the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. The emphasis on never say die, which means never give up. Let's win tonight in the next upcoming game.
Christopher's great, isn't he?
I love Christopher. I just have look at Mayfield get walked around. Chara would have been about a half or two steps slower than Scott Mayfield was right there.
Little hold there by Landeskog on Pulock.
It was uncalled as well. Frank K says, no, Grumpy. Duchesne was traded during the first period.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Grumpy, that message was for you since you said that we're out of the playoffs, says Christopher.
Thank you, Christopher.
Tony Hopenny says, I was born in 91, and I even know how awesome these movies are, TJ. Just I'm a big movie guy. I don't know what to tell you.
I remember 1991. Distinctly.
Okay. Ooh, jamming away at it there, Anders Lee. Trying to get himself another garbage man goal. Unfortunately not.
You know how invisible he's been tonight?
He's invisible all the time unless he's just knocking in a Palmieri goal that we just scored or that we just saw, right? And they'll say, oh, great game by Anders Lee. Scored 2 of those goals today. It bounced off of 2 people, put right on a stick, and he just went ahead and swatted out in front of the net. Just the right place at the right time. Wow. This season, Devon Toews is 5th in the NHL in goals for defensemen, and Cale Makar is 1st. Wow. Pretty nice to have both of them. Max P says here, no Grump. That was a very young Damon Wayans.
Wayans. God, come on, Wayans.
That's a nice check. Was that?
And that was in the scene. That was in the scene where he got the bananas. I was talking about the scene later when it was the cop. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't a Wayans brother though.
That was a nice check by Ryan Pulock.
Yeah.
Down low. Nice check by Pulock. I mean, this third period, the action, Colorado has carried the action. The best thing the Islanders can hope for if they want to win is just getting to overtime so they can secure a point because they've been thoroughly dominated this third period. And I don't expect that to change over the last 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the best thing is that they shut down the building and go back to the score at the end of the second period.
They say we need to rewind this.
You know, like baseball. I mean, their defensemen are not afraid to pinch up at all.
Oh, they're given the freedom to do that, and they understand the responsibility where forwards sometimes have.
Guys, oh, please!
I'm telling you, right now we're in dump and try to survive this game to overtime. That is the mindset our team has right now. We're being outshot 13-5. So it should tell you all you need to know, grumpy old man. Tony Hopenny said, God damn, that theme song is awesome. Classic movie, have it on VHS. Burger King foot lettuce. Oh, Burger King foot lettuce. Grumpy doesn't know what that is. It's a YouTube video. Paulo C says here, we still have 32 games to play after tonight. There's still a lot of games left, my friend. I still believe, says Paulo. Nick D says, now I want to watch that movie. I remember seeing that in the theater. Victor Maitland.
Victor Maitland. He's the bad guy.
Oh, okay. And the Apocalypse Now making of documentary was absolutely fantastic.
Heart of Darkness. Yeah, really good. Really good.
No, I've never met Colossal Cooking. I've never met Cale McCarr. Grumpy, have you?
No.
Tony Hopenny says, I'm absolutely over TJ and his lack of knowledge of anything other than sports and cartoons. Yeah.
I don't even think he knows much about cartoons either.
I don't know much about cartoons.
Or sports.
Oh, looky there. James F says, I miss my Jack in the Box. Oh, goodness.
Jack in the Box.
Also, Pellick is plus minus is a plus 13 on this team. Yeah. Pellick's a good defenseman. And it's an Oreo mug cake. Ooh, buddy, I told you it had something to do with Oreos. It looks good. What a film saying, is White Castle still a big thing in the States? Never had it in Canada. I went there after a Lions game in Detroit, and it wasn't great. No, I don't have a White Castle by me.
But I know in New York.
It's
mostly a New York thing. A lot of onions, and I'm not an onions fan, but, a really like a little square burger, but I mean, they're small.
They're little sliders. You're eating more bread
Before
than
they were called sliders.
Are they not called sliders?
No.
Isles big fan says here, hi, what's up, Isles fan? And Frank's saying here, there's a few White Castles here in the Northeast, but not many left. And check out Ice Wars by Gil Martin, says Nick
Ice
D.
Wars.
Frank says, come on, Islanders, we got to win. Birth of a Dynasty.
Birth of a Dynasty, yes. That's
by Alan Hahn. Oh, he also wrote Fish Sticks then, too. I saw earlier.
Yes.
Book
he used to be the beat writer for the Islanders. Oh, my God. Nice
Jesus
save.
Christ.
That was a 2-on-0. Somehow, the guy on the pass made a pass, and it was a 2-on-0 in front of the net. Nice save. They were a little bit too close on Sorokin. He was able to make that save.
Let me ask you, have we looked the threat at all, Islander fans, in the first 12 minutes of this third period to even put, score? I would say no. We have not looked the threat at all. Colorado has just been dominant. Oh, that was Aho who went up. Why the fuck did Aho pinch? My God. And then Mayfield was all the way up there. Mayfield was just so far behind. You're right. It was a 2-on-0. Holy shit. Oh, Aho at least did get a finger on it. They're showing the replay. Aho got a finger on it that stopped the pass and kind of flooded the opportunity. So good job, Aho.
Go, Aho.
It was not good. That's sarcasm. Dave R says Avs defense is pretty kicking, and Kemper is top 10 in wins. Well, Kemper wins games because their offense is fantastic.
Playoffs a little different. Got to be a little bit tougher.
Yep. Greg F says, I'm leery of people who don't like music. Greg, you'll be very settled by this. When I drive in the car, I have complete silence. I do not listen to music when I drive in the car. So that I'm sure will be settling for you to hear. Oh, that should be a power play. Islanders! Oh! Holy shit, Sebastian Aho puts one in. Look at that.
What a move.
Bobby or who?
Oh, please.
It's a joke, Grumpy. It's a joke. Relax. Oh, my God. Anthony, they're reviewing it. What are they reviewing?
What's to review?
Oh, they're reviewing if it went over the line. Or how they're reviewing.
They pointed at it.
They're reviewing it. Let's see here.
Look at this move.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, there's your buddy 16.
They're going to review it.
Oh, maybe it didn't go in.
I thought it should have been a penalty.
He said it went in. The official said it went in.
They're going to review. It didn't go in. It didn't go in. I'm watching it. It didn't go in. It didn't go in.
It did, right?
No, it didn't. It was saved. It didn't go in.
Why can't they stop the damn thing? What? Why? Who the hell is in charge of the replay? They just every time that it comes to where it is, dude, slow it up. How about do one frame at a time? Instead of.
Hold on, here we go. I've got a good angle of it on my Colorado feed, Grump. I've got a fantastic angle of it. No, it stays on the red the entire time. It's not in. Unfortunately, I think that's a no goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Finally, they show it here.
Anders Lee almost garbage goals it. He almost steals the freaking goal. Look at that bastard, but he hits it out. That bastard stopped the goal from going in, Anders Lee. Here we go. I've got
Lee stopped it.
Anders Lee. Yeah, Anders Lee hits it. Look at this. Look at this replay. Anders Lee's stick hits it out of the net. Anders Lee.
He sucks.
You bastard. You couldn't believe that somebody else could get. You wanted that goal. You said, Anders said, this is mine. Anders Lee.
Below average Anders.
Please, come on. Oh,
let's see.
No goal. No goal. Anders Lee, you bastard.
There was no way it couldn't have gone in the net except for him. What the hell? Here's the thing. I want to get my cheapy goal because I'm average.
He's fighting for position. I don't have a problem with it, but I mean, like, what? Oh, Jesus, man. Oh,
you know what he's saying?
Anders Lee hit the puck back. Look at that. They're zooming in, and they're seeing just a fraction of the red. Oh, it was close, though. Oh,
here's the thing. You know, Barry's complaining about it, and the official said to him, hey, stop having that 27 POS on the ice, and you'd have a goal. He's so average. How come you roll him out there all the time?
Oh, Chris saying Sorokin's playing great. Sorokin, the difference. Right, grumpy old man?
John, I know you want that to be the name, but it just hasn't caught on. Not yet.
It will soon.
Shesterkin is the difference this year, isn't he?
He's the best goalie in the NHL right now. Dimitri P says sources tell me the Avalanche are a good hockey team. Absolutely a terrible call, man, on the penalty against Ross Johnston. Yeah, a horrible call on Johnston. A freaking goal. And then Max P said, I wonder if TJ's ever seen Slapshot. I'd love to say, of course he has, but I'm not too sure. I have seen Slapshot.
Slapshot.
Hanson brothers. Oh, the Islanders. Maybe they seem like they've got a little bit more jump after that opportunity that Anders Lee said no thank you to.
Making a push.
Alexander saying, hey guys, good evening. Can't. He just can't right now. Man, I hope TJ has seen Slapshot. If not, the grumpy old man will make a watch him tonight. Johnny Hockey is a free agent after this season. You want him? He doesn't want to come here.
He doesn't want us. That's the biggest problem.
Alexander saying, hey, how you guys both doing? I'm doing well. Hopefully you are too. Forgot that you guys are going live. My uncle just texted me saying that they're playing better with Barzal out and should consider trading him. Holy shit.
Alexander, I love your uncle too.
Good.
He's wrong about everything. Alexander, tomorrow, actually Thursday, on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show, we're going to be talking about that rumor about my boy TB12 and the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let's see. Islanders. Holy shit. Nazem Kadri. And they score. And they score. Look at that. Burakovsky, and I think it gets deflected in front of the net. He shoots it off target, and I think it gets deflected by a Colorado Avalanche in front of the net.
Remember Burakovsky? I hope he skates by Barry. Says, hey, Barry, look what I'm able to do.
I suck, Barry. Don't play me in Washington. Oh, wait a sec. Oops. Let's see this. My God. And just like that, the Islanders are guaranteed a loss now.
Oh, Nelson. Terrible.
Holy shit. He sneaks it in.
Beat him clean. Again, what the hell is Nelson doing?
It got deflected. Andy Green. It deflects off of Andy Green and sneaks underneath him. Ugh. It deflects off of Andy Green's stick and goes underneath him. It goes 5-hole. Holy shit. A deflection goal. Well, we'd gotten a lot of lucky bounces earlier on. And, except Anders Lee saying, I don't need a goal right here. Jesus Christ, Anders Lee. John P. said, when does Lou call it a season and pull some maneuvers for next year? Yesterday. He
should have already done it. He should have done it already.
I text him. Yeah, I was about to say, Alexander, I wouldn't even bother texting. I'd bet say, you just got to ask them how they're looking right now. Chris Smith said, I give the Islanders a slim chance to make the playoffs. Stranger things have happened. Well, I think after tonight, we can rule that out. Anybody who slowly is like holding out hope, slowly we're chipping away, man. Let's build up for next year. Let's get some draft capital. Zach Parise is going to get us a huge haul for a guy that we picked up on vet minimum. That's for certain. Max P said Chara broke the record. No need to put him in the lineup anymore. Actually, that would help our draft position. Yeah, I was about to say, playing Chara would help our draft position.
It would.
You think Chara could have done what Aho just did right there?
Not score a goal? Yeah, he's done that well all year.
Oh, good gracious. Colorado doesn't have the defensive depth and the goaltending, says Isles 44. Warzone Warlord says here, other than the new arena, the Islanders totally suck now. I wouldn't spend a penny on the Islanders.
Ooh.
Jazz coach doesn't look happy. Warzone, then don't. Problem solved here. Deidre C says, Deidre C, I'm sure is not happy. Frank saying, I'm going to take my daughter to her first game soon, Warzone. Got to pick an easy opponent. I'm not sure there are any easy opponents. The Islanders going to be going to the penalty kill. Who got hit? No, Pulock got hit. Did he take a penalty too?
I'll tell you what, Brock Nelson is. This is the Brock Nelson that I hate today. The Brock Nelson we've seen forever.
Dynamite. And
again,
like that.
Again. That is not a penalty you should be calling in that situation. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm consistent because I've said it against
5 minutes left in the game, and that's a call? Really? I could not believe the Ross Johnston bullshit call they had earlier, and that's a call? That's a call. Here's the thing. The refs, right? We're the lesser of the two teams, but the refs helping out a team who's superior certainly doesn't help us out. Brian P said, "Sweet trade, Lou. Devon Toews has 1 goal, 2 assists. Middle fingers. Lou blows." And of course, I keep hearing the Islanders are better without Barzal. That's ridiculous. I seriously just think those people are trolling. I cannot believe somebody in their serious mind said, the Islanders are better without Matt Barzal. What?
Again, sometimes you can get a little bump from a team that says, okay, let's rally around, let's pull together, rally around since our best player's out. It's not anything that lasts long term.
It's based off of 2 games. I assume people are saying, we're better without Matt Barzal. Hey, we're pretty good without Matt Barzal. We wound up, we wound up just winning a game recently, and now we're down only 4-3 against the Colorado Avalanche. We're better without Matt Barzal. We beat the Anaheim Ducks 4-0. So, exo facto, we're better without Matt Barzal. Don't buy it. Not even for a second. Eddie says, Lee is a bottom sixer. Grump, are you a fan of the movie Last Action Hero, says Alexander.
I remember that movie. You know what? It was painted at the time it came out as like a horrible movie. I don't think it's great, but it's not horrible. Arnold was coming off a string of hits, and that was kind of a step down. And I remember he was getting ripped in the press, and a lot of people were ripping, how bad the movie was and because of how much it cost. But it's certainly watchable. I've seen a lot worse movies. Let's just say that.
Vinny Smith saying Bailey back on the power play. Barry Trotz, super genius.
Barry Trotz, super genius.
Well, Colorado is 1 for 2 on the power play, having another power play opportunity with 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes remaining in the third period. They have a 4-3 lead. Do they go ahead and put the nail in the coffin, or do they ease up a bit here? Up 1 goal with 5 minutes remaining.
I still have a feeling the Islanders are going to make a late push here.
Okay. Alexander says, TJ, do you remember the cartoon Tailspin? Yeah, I remember Tailspin and DuckTales. Oh, yeah. James F says, I'm batting. They keep showing Devon Toews on in the game and bumming me out. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to be reminded of what should have or could have been. Alexander said Mayfield just laid out his own player.
If you remember, we said that this team was tailor-made for Devon Toews.
Yes, we said Colorado would be a
he was going to put up big points and be super productive for them. My God.
Oh, my God. Did they score again?
No.
No.
I mean, it's like
save.
He's been sensational net, but my gosh, do we
look at Nazem Kadri just saying, wow. They zoomed in on him saying wow about 1,000 times. Sorokin, Jesus, he's the only reason that this is a 1-goal game right now.
Oh, what a save.
Unbelievable. And that's Nazem Kadri could not believe he didn't put that one in. What a save is right. Oh,
that's that supreme athleticism that Sorokin has.
BP says White Castle equals dog food. Ooh. Aho with the goal. Oh, man, I'll tell you. Oh.
There's more onions than, you know how they have pressed wood, like for construction?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what their burgers are like, pressed meat.
Hey man, we could get how many Grumpy? If I eat 6 hot dogs, how many White Castle burgers? I'm not a big onion guy. Onions give me
30.
indigestion. Holy
30.
shit! 30 White Castle
They're
hamburgers.
small. They're small.
How expensive would 30 White Castle?
I don't know.
hamburgers be?
I haven't eaten. I haven't had a White Castle in, I want to say 35 years. They're
Oh.
small though. They're small little burgers like this. Very small.
I could go for a hamburger. I haven't eaten a hamburger in a long time since summertime. Laura
What,
saying,
don't they have
"Easy
meat
dogs
in
to
your
pull
area? What's the matter? Don't they sell meat in your area?
off." No, Grumpy, they do. Hamburgers are more of a summer thing. I don't know what to tell you. Going to the war room tonight, says Chris. It did go in. Might come back. Yeah, I think it came. Yeah, I thought it would come back too. Want you to decide, says, man, it didn't take much time on that, and it was very close. Go! Nelson, you bastard!
Nelson, you
How'd you not put that in?
'Cause
Nelson!
he's
How'd you not put that in, Nelson? What in the God almighty, Nelson?
Fell down.
Oh, wow. Here comes a 2-on-1 opportunity for Colorado. Oh, no.
What a save. What a save.
What a
Holy
save
crap,
by
two
Sorokin.
Spectacular saves.
I tell you, this team, honestly, we don't deserve a guy like Sorokin in that
He's
right
given
now.
up 4 goals today, but he's one of the stars of the game for me.
For certain he is. I mean, I couldn't blame him on at least 2 of those 4 goals. And the redirection, I wouldn't blame him on either. I mean, he's been
He didn't
really
even hit the
spectacular.
net. Nelson missed the net.
They're showing us the replay. My God, what a save by Sorokin.
Oh, actually, the second shot he missed, but the first one was still a good save.
The first one he saved, that was a hell of a save. Wow. Unbelievable save. Rob G said they just robbed them out of goal. It was over. Yeah, well, what do we call her? Can't blame Sorokin. Absolutely not. Sick of forking him. They're done. MT says, ja, 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 ja. Yeah. Burakovsky, one of Barry's whipping boys back in Washington's day.
That's right.
Want you to decide says, now Trotz is playing Bailey instead of Johnson. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a joke. I'm telling you, the decisions he makes in game are just ridiculously dumb sometimes.
They have Bellows playing the 4th line with Clutterbuck and Cizikas right now.
Matthew S. says, F you, Bettman. BS.
I don't know what the ice time for Wallstrom and Bellows has been in the 3rd period, but it's not been much.
MT says, son un desastre, or disastry. I assume that means your disaster. It looked borderline with the goal. Yeah. Max Power says here, I'm almost certain.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Has Joe missed the empty? Oh, wide open net, and he misses the net.
Christ almighty. Oh, my God.
I'm glad. Again, why is Bailey that useless piece of shit on the ice in this situation?
Oh! He didn't even shoot. Bailey didn't even shoot the net. Shoot at the net there. Oh, my God. It deflected off of Bellows' stick, and Bellows almost put it in. He would have roofed that over the net. Oh, Bailey didn't even shoot, Grumpy.
No,
Bailey didn't
why
even
would he
shoot.
shoot? Why would he shoot? He's only a foot from the net. Why would he shoot?
You had it on your dude. Move that from the backhand to the forehand and put that shit top shelf, you bastard, Bailey.
The guy was laying on his. He was laying on his belly.
I was about to say, put the puck up. Get the puck up, David. Put it in. Get the half the net open.
He won't shoot the puck. He refuses.
Max P said, I'm almost certain after Toews mocked Kuznetsov that Lewinberry decided right then that he was not going to be re-signed.
Well, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Bailey.
I'll tell you. Oh, we're trying anything. Garbage man's going in there head first trying to knock one in the net.
You can't have Bailey out there now. You can't have a guy who won't shoot the puck out there in the left.
I heard Bailey was really good. Bailey's one of the best players on this team. I think Colorado should look at him as a long-term option.
Come on, Anthony. Pass coming right to you. Wake up.
Did you just call Bavillier Anthony?
Yes, I did.
You know him on a personal level. Anthony.
Sure, his mother calls him Anthony. His dad calls him Anthony.
Oh, and
Now they
Bavillier
can't get out of the zone.
Now Aho can't get out of the zone. Holy shit. We look like the bad news bears out there right now.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, Jack Johnson with his 1,000 in his 1,000th game gets a goal.
Eric Johnson.
Jack Eric Johnson.
Eric Jack Johnson.
Eric Jack
scored
Johnson.
the game. 5-3.
Oh my God. Greg S says league is corrupt. I'm done taking care of. I'm done. Take care, guys. I'm done. 48 years a fan.
Well,
No,
Greg, we still want you to listen to the podcast.
And then Sal P said the Pulock contract is already looking like another bad contract. He doesn't make enough to be bad, I don't think. I used to think he had potential, but he's really not that good. He provides no offense, and he's not so great defensively either.
He has not. I think 2 years ago, he and Pulock were fantastic together. Last year, they were good. This year,
they're not playing together. They're not playing on the same line, and that hurts Pulock.
Early on, they were for like the first week.
The first 7 games?
Yeah, early on they were. But since he's come back from injury, he's not been the same player. So he's either still hurt in some way, shape, or form. I just Wallstrom, all of a sudden, Wallstrom. And
now we see Wallstrom and Bellows out there.
Yeah, in the last. Why? Because they're guys who can score. That's why they need to be out there all the time. Barry, you freaking goof.
Well, the Islanders have 13 seconds remaining here. It looks all to be a Colorado Avalanche 5-3 victory. The Islanders go 2-2-1 on this road trip. The Islanders outshot in the third period 21-8. Yikes.
3 goals in the third period for Colorado.
They do lead the NHL in goals scored in the third period.
And that's why earlier when I forget who said, I don't know if it was Paolo or who it was saying, if they make up 7 points in 7 games, we're a point-a-game team. We have been all year.
Yeah. We're not. Yeah. Honestly, I think in best case scenario, we finish with 91, maybe 90 points. I mean,
90 points. 90 points?
How many points? I got to pull up how many points we have right now. I'm sorry, Grump. Let me see here.
I don't know what we have, but we ain't getting 90.
Playoffs. Right now we have 48 points in 49 and 50 games. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, if we go on a tear in the second half of the season, I'm saying best case I see is finishing with 90 points. And 90 points is not good enough to make the playoffs. I mean, think about it, right? Look at oh, Jesus.
Okay. Right now we're on pace for 80 points. And you think somehow we're going to pick up our pace playing against the best teams in the league down the stretch? I think we could lose.
It's a typical Islanders freaking special. Once the season's over, they decide to win a whole shit ton of games that screw up their draft pick. That's what they do historically over the last 2 decades. Meatball Parm says, Alex 44, Leroy Jenkins. Oh, who doesn't love that video? No, Pulock has been injured. Yeah, hard to judge him. Absolutely. Grumpy Old Man. What was the first movie you ever saw in a movie theater?
God, the first movie I ever saw in a movie theater. Geez, I don't know, but I want to say the first one I remembered, it was a movie about Christmas, and Paul Tripp, who used to do like a kid's show on WOR-TV in New York, was in the movie. It was a Christmas movie. Don't ask me the name of the movie. I couldn't remember it, but I did see it on some channel like 3 or 4 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that movie. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I remember seeing that in movie theaters. It probably wasn't on its release year. A lot of times what they used to have is, during the summers when kids were off from school, this is before the Blockbuster, of course. They would roll out movies for kids to watch. I remember seeing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, movies like that.
So the 3 stars of today's game in Avalanche, Devon Toews was first star, Ilya Sorokin was second star, and third star was Andrei Burakovsky.
There you go. Barry hates all of them.
Every single one of those players, Barry has had a touch on them. Sorokin's still with the team. Burakovsky, he was at a doghouse in Washington, and Devon Toews traded. No, he's not as good as Nicoletti. Best defense, second best player on this team by a country mile.
So short-sighted.
Yikes is all.
And the whole thing is they didn't need to be short-sighted. They weren't on. Their jobs weren't on the line. They weren't on the hot seat. They could have done anything. They weren't on the hot seat. They're not even on the hot seat now, and we're miserable this year.
You'll be happy to know that Devon Toews was another +2 tonight as well with a goal and 2 assists. Let me ask you this. If a guy finishes a season, let's say hypothetically with +70, what's the highest plus minus ever finished within a regular season? Since they've been recording that stat, I'm very interested to know. Does Devon Toews have a chance to come close to the record on that?
I don't think so. I think Nick Lidstrom had ridiculous plus minuses back in the day. And they're always defensemen. They're not forwards. But I couldn't tell you what's the highest. I think one year he was like +70, +72, something like that. Maybe Nick Lidstrom.
Okay, here we go. I've got it. So he will not come close to breaking the record. Bobby Orr had the highest plus minus in a season, 124. The same season, he had 139 points. Larry Robinson, 120. Wayne Gretzky, 100. There's only 3 players that have ever broken triple digits on plus minus. I'm looking at players here. I mean, you see Bobby Orr's name on there a multitude of times. Yari Curry, the Wayne Gretzky's up there, Serge Savard. Yeah, you've seen a lot of them. But, I mean, you talk out of today's players. I mean, Brian Trottier's on the list. Brian Leach, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe he has a chance to finish like top 10. I mean, 10th would put him at 83, almost, a little over a 1+1 a game, but he's still got a lot.
How many guys from the last 15 years are on that list?
Nobody in the last 15 years. I was looking at it. Let me pull it back up again. I'll show you the list, Grumpy, just because we're here. Why not? Let's just pull it up as we're on this topic. Let me zoom in on this and close out whatever the hell this thing is. Let's see.
There's an X there. You see the X? Get rid of it.
The X usually get rid of things, Grump, for me.
Yeah. Okay.
That you might be able to see now a little better. I'm going to remove the
Dallas Smith. Okay. Man, I didn't realize he was that high. Guy Lafleur, Steve Shutt, they played on the same line.
I'm about to say, you see a lot of players who played on the same line.
Mark Howe, that's surprising. Brad McCrimmon. Bobby Orr, Bobby Clark.
See a lot of Bobby Orrs.
Serge Savard played with, I'm surprised Engblom is that high. It was probably when he was with Montreal too. Yeah, Jacques Lemaire. I think he centered that line at some point in time of Shutt and LaFleur.
I mean, you could safely say you might have the highest plus minus in the last 20 years.
Okay, you're going even further back than that.
You say the last.
I haven't seen anybody in the last. I haven't seen
30.
anybody in the 1990s yet.
Yeah, the last 30 years.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
I mean,
he's going to finish the highest plus minus recorded in a single season in the last 30 years. Think about that. Let that sink in.
Minimum. We don't even know.
That's 62. It could be even lower the threshold. Right now, he's at a plus 44. If he doesn't get injured, he started off the year hurt too. Think about that with the shoulder injury that he was recovering from.
I thought Lidstrom had a couple of pretty high seasons. I guess not.
This is as a top 50. I mean, he'll definitely fit. Hold on, let's go to the second page. Here we go.
Yeah, go to the second page. Why don't go to the second page?
I didn't even know they had a second page. I'm excited. This just makes our failure even more. John
Rattel when he played with the Rangers on the gag line. Konstantinov. Konstantinov. He was really good for Detroit.
60. I would say it's safe to assume Devon Toews will go ahead and exceed past plus 60. I will put money on it if I'm going to Vegas. Devon Toews is going to have the highest plus minus in the last 3 decades of hockey. 2 second-round picks. 2 of them. That's all we needed for him. 2 seconds. Unfreaking believable. Yeah!
That's a tough loss. And today, Anaheim beat Boston. We rolled Anaheim. We got rolled by the Kings. Boston rolls the Kings and gets beat by Anaheim. Go figure.
Oh, man. I tell you. Grump.
Shocks. Losing to the Golden Knights. Shocks.
Grumpy, we're going to wrap things up here because we go live tomorrow during the show. We won't get to the rest of the comments. Sorry, guys. We got tomorrow. The podcast will be on. Excuse me. But Grumpy, let me ask you this here. We're at the end of the podcast today, at the end of the live stream. A disappointing loss for the Islanders. But, hey, embrace the tank. What do you have to say, Grumpy, before we wrap things up today?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I see a comment here right at the end from Mike. I can't read. It's too small.
Mike P.
Yep. The Christmas that almost wasn't. Yes. I remember that movie. Yes.
There it is. There it is, Grumpy.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Grump. And I'll tell you, yeah, Wicked 50 Cal Team Tank for certain. If we go on a tear, we'll hit 80 points. Oh, God. I will laugh. We'll read these comments later, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. Yikes. Hey, man, the Islanders, I'm honestly shocked it was as close as it was. Sorokin made some fantastic saves, and honestly, the game could have been a lot worse than what it was, only to lose by 2, even when we had a 1-goal lead in the third period. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Grumpy Old Man. We'll be live with you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again, Grumpy.